You arse.
Have you pressed the button, didn't you?
Yeah, we're already live. Just.
Oh, look at that. Yum, yum.
It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't know it was a Rustler's burger. Just 90 seconds in the microwave, you absolute git.
If it's any consolation, I've got another one of these for later when I watch the MotoGP.
Shut up! Shut up! Oh, Rustler's burger, you absolute tart. All I had for me lunch was a bit of toast.
Oh, lammakins.
Cow bag.
Correct.
Don't put it away. You've got to eat that sucker now. I want to see that going down, bitch. Wait, that's not what I wanted to say.
No. Moving on.
Hey, everyone. Here we go. We're off. Welcome, one and all. Muttley's in the house. Welcome, one and all. It is Sunday. It is Warhammer Sunday. It's that time of the week when we crack on with some Warhammer buildage for your edification and entertainment. This all started many years ago when I decided I may as well stream while I'm at the bench working. And it's just a fun hangout. So welcome, one and all, if you're watching. It's a place for you guys to hang out and chat and have a good laugh while we just talk bollocks for 3 hours. Some of us eat Rustler's burgers. God damn it.
Oh, mate, sorry, I couldn't answer you there, mate. My mouth was full of Rustler's burger.
Why, Yoda? If you don't live in the UK, you won't understand, but Rustler's burgers, it's like the ultimate filth. It's more filth than pot noodle, trust me. It's like the ultimate chav food. It's just like, it's teenager food. It's just, it's crap, but it's the best crap there is. And I hate Colin now for just bringing that on telly. It's gone. Where's it gone? Leave it there. Leave it there. Let the people suffer. I mean, watch. Anyway, yeah, you've put tomato sauce on that, haven't you, you cow?
Yeah.
I can see it dribbling out.
That's relish, mate.
Eat me like one of your French burgers. God damn it. Anyway, yes, welcome to Warhammer Sunday. I'm going to distract myself by talking. Before we get going, all the usual shout-outs to people that make this stream possible. First of all, to Rustler's Burgers, you tart. First of all, to emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk, my corporate supporters, your one-stop shops for all your model making and tabletop gaming needs. There are links in the description below the video, you complete tart. And if you want to go to those stores, click on them. Don't just go to the websites, click on those links, because that tells them I sent you and I get some kickback from that. And of course, to my wonderful, lovely patrons and channel members who literally pay my wages. They keep this channel going. They keep the lights on. They make it possible for me to do this for my living and stay at home looking after Mama Foxx all the time. So big, massive thank you to my patrons and channel members. If you want to become one and help the channel out and get access to the exclusive 24/7 live Zoom hangout, then you just need to go to either patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The address is on the bottom of the screen down there somewhere. And become a patron.
My burger was in the way. What was that, mate?
Tart. Cow bag. What was I talking about? I've forgotten now. Yes, go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru and help support the channel, or you can become a channel member by pressing the join button underneath any one of my videos, and that way you can stop sounding like you're enjoying it. You can help keep this channel going and keep it alive. And don't forget, of course, Colin has his own setup. He's got patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, and of course he's got his own channel membership button as well, so make sure to check those out as well.
Absolutely.
It's both of our things. But yes,
that was gorgeous.
Just shut up.
Mate, so succulent.
You know what I've got? I've got a cup of tea and a glass full of brushes, and that's it.
Mate, so succulent now.
Suck is the word.
Do you know, I might go and put the other one on. No, I can't be cruel.
You can, and you will. Don't even pretend to be noble and thoughtful like that. Don't forget, of course, folks, if you're watching this, we want you to join in the live chat to give us stuff to talk about. If you're watching it and you can't see the live chat, if you're on a mobile device, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right, take you to YouTube where you can join the live chat and carry on joining in. If you can't see it on YouTube, it might be underneath the video if you're on a mobile device, so scroll up a bit or down. And you'll see the chat there.
Absolutely.
Join in, ask us questions, talk rubbish. If you want to get our attention, please put @ModelMakingGuru at the start of your comment and it'll put my name in an orange box. Or you can do a super chat by hitting the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That makes your comment in a big coloured box, puts an animation up here somewhere, and you're also helping out the channel a little bit. So there you go. Anyway, yes, welcome. Colin, you cheap tart. How the hell are you, sir?
I'm feeling a lot better now that I've just had that £1/4 Rustler's burger, mate, with tomato and onion relish.
You like nice firm buns, don't you? I've heard that rumour.
I do, mate. I do. Yes, 1 minute 20 seconds. Beautifully warm, not too hot, not too cold.
Nice bit of meat between your buns. And maybe some relish, you tell you, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, mate, it was rather nice, mate. I enjoyed that.
Shut up. Even if I had a Rustler's burger here, which I don't, I've only just brushed my teeth about 20 minutes ago, so I can't eat anything anyway.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm fine and dandy-o, mate. You know how I am.
Aye. How are you, Foxx? I'm fine, thanks. Oh, hello. What was that?
That was me trying to stifle a burp so that it didn't come out over the air, but I don't think I did it properly, did I?
Why would you want to stifle a burp? I don't understand.
Well, just,
I don't understand. I dropped my arse 3 times on your stream. Do you really think I mind if you burp?
Yeah, but that was late night, wasn't it? I mean, that was funny. You've played it back, haven't you?
I watched it back and was like, Jesus.
Was you shocked?
I was like, wow, that was loud. If you didn't watch Friday's Frolic stream on Colin's channel, I may have done a tiny trump once or twice, a small, minuscule trump that nobody noticed.
Yeah. It was a good laugh, mate.
Yeah.
It was the way you went, oh, that was only a quiet one. I'm like, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
It was really loud.
The thing I noticed was what didn't come out on camera on the stream was it just sounded like a big trump, but here it actually was like a chord. There was like 6 different notes. It was like, it was like, what? But it didn't come out on microphone, unfortunately.
It didn't come out on the microphone, but on the hangout, it was, It
was just a big, loud window rattler. Yes. I don't know. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the chat. I'm fine, by the way. Thank you very much. How are you doing, Foxx?
How are you, Foxx?
I'm all right, thanks. Let's have a quick. I didn't mean it like that, but it kind of came out like that. Let's have a quick look at the chat. First person in chat was Wendy Hickson, who says hugs to Foxx and Fester and everyone else. Then somebody called Model Making Guru spams all the usual links. There you go. Ross Medlock is in. Model Making Ninja, welcome. We have White Glove Models. Hey, what's up? Hope you're all having a super magical, fantastical day. He's been on them special pills again, hasn't he?
Hello, Caleb. Hope you're doing all right, buddy.
Is he living in Disney World with a super magical, fantastical day?
Yeah, he's having a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day.
You got that right and everything. I like the way you can perfectly pronounce the nonsensical words.
Yeah, but simple words like with,
yeah, or German names. Andy McLeish is in. Says Boomen Bangen Baneblade Cannon Gefahrten. And that as well. Graham Robertson. Hey, Graham. Welcome. Grum Hugs. Andy Hugs to Andy, obviously. We have Hugh Gordon's in. Welcome you. You or you. Is it you or you? It's you, isn't it? It's you.
Yeah, hello, you.
Hello, you.
You go. You go. You or you.
We have... could be over all night. We have William Rayborn. I'm here. Hi, peoples. Welcome, William. Mac is in as well. Welcome to Mac. Adeptus Latrina is in and says, good morning. Food noms, all the food noms, says Andy McLeish. It's not food, it's a Rustler's burger. There's a distinction. Yeah. And he also says to you, tart.
Yeah, I'm a tart. You tart.
Now, I've just had a thought. Yeah. Take a Rustler's burger.
Yeah.
And a green pot noodle. And put the pot noodle in the Rustler's burger.
You know I'm going to do it now, don't you?
Oh, I mean, I've had pot noodle butties before, but I've never thought about combining filth and filth.
Yeah, I've had pot noodle pitters.
Yeah, but putting a pot noodle inside a Rustler's burger, that might potentially cause like a singularity or something. Like collapse the waveform of the
space-time continuum.
Yeah, there might be some kind of waveform collapse there. I'm not quite sure. Adeptus Latrina had a burger for dinner last night. Nice. Where are we? Chat jumped.
I had proper fish and chip supper with fish and chip shop northern gravy.
Oh, good lad, good lad. Well, I made, as you know, as you heard on Friday night, I made these turkey mint spaghetti carbonara, and it wasn't carbonara; it was chicken butter chicken. So it was spaghetti butter chicken turkey. Buttered. Yeah. It wasn't spaghetti bolognese at all. But anyway, I finished that off on Saturday for my lunch, and it was like a massive pan, so I didn't have any tea. But Mama Foxx had McDonald's, and they messed up her order.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she only got a cheeseburger. I ordered a cheeseburger and small fries, but luckily I ordered a couple of donuts and a McFlurry for her as well, and they didn't give her the fries. Cow bags.
Yeah. Cool. I bet Mama Foxx was not impressed.
Nah, she wasn't hungry anyway. Max says, French burgers are an acquired taste, Fox. Trust me on this. I can imagine. George Gabriel's in. Hey, George. He says, let's talk about turkeys. Ooh, yeah, when's Thanksgiving?
Hello, George. Hope you're all right, mate. Good to see you.
When's Thanksgiving? Is that the 22nd? Or is that my brother's birthday? I can't remember. 22nd, isn't it, of November?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. George is preparing himself for the tryptophan day. Tryptophan sleep day, turkey day. Bench and belly, by the way, folks. What's on your bench? What are you working on? And what's in your belly? What are you having or had for your dinner? And I asked that because EC Idaho says, I'm having a salami, pepperoni, Munster cheese and mayo sandwich right now.
Oh, bench and belly. Well, bench, I've got Warhammer. You see where I'm going with this, don't you?
You're going to bring it back around, aren't you?
Warhammer back wagon. And belly, it's a Rustler's burger.
Ooh,
is what I had.
Cheap Saturday night tart.
Told you, mate, I'm a cheap date.
With the heels and the everything. God damn it.
Yeah, I've got the clicky heels, mate. I've got the bangles, the big earrings.
What, big hoop earrings? Hoop with an H?
Yeah, and I've got the Croydon facelift hairdo, mate.
Oh, yeah. Twinned with the Newcastle that Friday nights.
Yeah, and I'm saying, yeah, but, no, but,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Turn it to the hand.
Oh, yeah. Bench and belly for me is... Bench is my two Baneblades I'm still working on, and belly is shut up. Where are we up to? Mac says, fried egg on a burger is awesome, says Mac. Oh, yeah, that'd be a bit like a croque madame, but with a burger instead of a piece of toast. Oh, yeah. A burger madame. Adeptus also says, speaking of mobile devices... Were we? Oh, yes. It's that once every 2 or 3 year event for me today. I'm picking up a new phone. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I've got a new phone.
You've got a new phone? You've got the iPhone 37 or something?
Oh, I got the iPhone 13, mate.
Ooh, I'm still on the 7.
With a LiDAR sensor and all
a LiDAR?
Yeah.
You can go looking for archaeological ruins in the garden.
Yeah, it does all the 3D scanning and yeah.
Wait, what does a mobile phone need LiDAR for?
Well, if you're like me and you want to 3D scan something to 3D print it, it is perfect for that using photogrammetry. But yeah, it's quite a weighty beast. It is the super big size one.
Oh, yeah. Because to me, LiDAR is flying. To me, LiDAR is flying over the Amazon jungle and searching for like Aztec ruins and stuff. Cool, Mayan ruins even.
I had an upgraded for 3 years, and I thought, do you know something?
Screw it, do it. Because you're a tart that eats Rustler's burgers, so of course you need a big... Is that a pink phone?
Oh, mate, if I had known, I could have took a photo of it and 3D printed it for you. I'll do that later.
Is your phone pink? I just noticed this.
No.
It looks... What colour is it? Oh, is it gold? Oh, hang on, I've fallen over. Hang on. Oh! Well, back in a second. Hang on. Oh, there we go.
For a change and
I'm back now. One. I'm back now. I fell out then. You missed all of that. Is it gold?
Yes, mate. I'm just trying to get it out of the case for you, but yeah.
Ooh, that's what they all say.
Yeah, it's a gold one. But yeah. Nice phone. Yeah, thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah, quite a weighty beast. But,
I love the way the screen is already covered in like finger crap.
Yeah. Well, it's burger grease because I've had a burger, mate.
You're just sure with that now, you? All right, calm down.
Calm down.
You and your burger. Accrington Stanley. David Sanderson's in, says, hi, everyone. Andy McLeish says, tiny Trump, big truck horn. Yeah, it was a bit of an air horn. Hugh Gordon says cheese twist, breadsticks, and ham primula cheese. Bench 172nd sea prince. Oh, primula cheese.
Oh, nice.
Marcus Breen is in. Good afternoon, all Foxx and Colin. Marcus, I have replied to your Patreon message. Thank you very much.
Hello, Marcus. Good to see you in, buddy. And thanks for the coffees you bought me the other day, mate. Massively appreciate it.
Yeah. Were the coffees as nice as Barry's tea?
They were lovely, mate.
Yeah. Have you ordered a 600 pack of Barry's tea yet?
I might have done.
Good girl. If they're out of stock on Amazon, you can just go to the Barry's Tea website. They also sell things like... They also sell T-shirts and beanie caps and stuff as well.
I do believe someone's got them on his store, hasn't he?
Ooh, I do. I do indeed. I do. They were out of stock, though, on Amazon the other day. Adeptus Latrina had breaded fried zucchini sticks with it. Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Wait, zucchini, what is that what we call something else? Is that an aubergine?
Pass.
I know the Americans call it zucchini and we call it something else. Or is it eggplant? I don't know.
I thought a zucchini was what drove round and got the ice off of skating rings.
No, that's a Zamboni.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. But I killed the joke, didn't I? I'll just go away now.
You did.
Also says it's his first... Adeptus also says it's my first Sunday off in a few weeks. Lord Bezos has been working me to death. Putting ramen on a microwave burger, says Adeptus, is like putting a portable hole on a bag of holding. Oh, yeah. But still need to do it, though. Andy McLeish says, mac and cheese burger that has bacon and egg on it with loaded cheese fries and melty goodness. Oh, God.
Oh, nice.
Yes. How you doing, George? George is in, as I said.
Yeah, it's good to see you. You're all right, George?
Welcome, George. George, at some point, pop me a message with your address because I need to send you a whole mess of stuff. I need to send you a filthy, dirty, great big Cesabi for a start.
Yeah. He's in for a treat with that.
Well, I don't know. It's been in the box so long. It might have just fallen apart by now. I hope not. You might just need to leave it in the box, George. It's probably all fused together by now. Paul Ditter says, bench, sea view. Belly is 8 I can't say it. 8 egg bacon omelettes. Wait, an omelette's like about 1.5 foot in diameter.
Oh, nice. That's
like 12 meals. That's impressive. Did you like the fact I had to do the sea view music, by the way?
I did. I'm impressed.
You should be more impressed. I actually knew the sea view music. Never mind that. Adeptus is going to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Oh, yeah. And a bunch of freshly 3D printed minis for my Cyberpunk campaign that need a quick and dirty coat of paint. Don't worry about the coat of paint, because don't forget Cyberpunk's full of glitches anyway. Just paint them all without textures and say it's low-res version. A little bit of gaming joke there that nobody will get.
Yeah, I won't get it because I'm about as much use as a chocolate teapot.
When the game came out, the video game came out, it was so bugged it was just absolute garbage.
Oh, is that the one that was recalled?
No, yeah, Sony pulled it off the PlayStation Store. It was like a AAA game, and it just came out, and it was just absolutely balked.
Did I just get a gaming type
You did.
question correct?
You did.
Wow.
You did. I'm impressed. You've just levelled up.
Damn, I need to. Well, I say I need to sit down. I'm glad I'm sat down.
You've levelled up. You can now create personas up to level 18, and you can cast Mabufu. Adeptus is getting a Samsung Galaxy S21 today. Ooh.
Nice.
Max says belly will be pork fillet, cheese, onion and garlic wrapped in puff pastry. Bench, Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut. I'm not actually started any work yet. I'm still reading through the chat, but I don't mind.
That's
so I could put you full screen because they can watch you paint.
It's up to you, mate. I don't mind. They really don't want to see my paint jobs, mate.
Yeah, we do. I'll leave it as it is. Darren Edmonds is in. Welcome, Darren. He says, belly, bench nothing. Belly, I am just finishing off the last 2 pies that my brother bought me from a pie and mash shop in London.
Oh, legend.
You need to talk about this now for a minute, don't you?
Oh, mate. You see, now I feel like you did with the Rustler's Burger.
Yeah.
Because they try and do pie and mash down here, and it ain't the same.
Is it not the same as soon as you leave the centre of London, it just or is it a proper East End thing?
Yeah, you've got to have pie mash and liquor in a pie and mash shop with the ye olde dodgy tiles. and it's got to be homemade pies by two women who are about 111-12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the liquor?
I always say it looks like a spicy parsley sauce. I have no idea what the ingredients of it are, but it's gorgeous.
Oh, it's not liquor as an alcoholic drink?
No.
Okay.
No, it's like a very thick, it's a cross between onion gravy and parsley sauce.
Pie mash and liquor! Pie mash and liquor! Oh, I don't know what that's about.
When West Ham was at their old football ground, the bowling stadium, I used to go to a pie mash shop in the Barking Road, and it was two old bints, and it was proper homemade pies. You used to get. She used to put the mash in like one of these rice rings.
Yeah. That
you get. She'd bung the mash in that and lift it off, and then you get a couple of homemade pies in the middle, and you'd have a liquor moat.
Oh, like a liquor lake.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what any of that is, but I want it.
Oh, and I miss it terribly.
Hang on, what?
They try it down here, and it's crap.
But what kind of pies are they?
Homemade steak pies. You can have steak and kidney. You can have steak and owl. Oh, mate.
I'm guessing steak is the thread, the golden thread that binds it all.
Yeah. Proper, cubes of steak, not this processed shizzle.
Hello, Mama Foxx.
Hello. Yeah. Hello, Mum. fresh pies made by old ladies' hands from the East End.
You've actually made me yearn for some southern food, and I've never yearned for southern food before.
Yeah. You'd love it, mate.
Apart from, Wimpy, which is all down south and not up here, twats. Andy I want that now. Can you send me some?
Yeah, of course I will, mate.
Yeah. Andy McLeish says, LiDAR, useful for also nighttime photography. And also Colin went and got the Pro Max with the gold finish, was expecting Sierra Blue.
Yeah, no. No, all my phones have always been black, but for some reason I thought I want to change, and I don't do things subtly.
No.
So I went for the brightest possible one there was.
You are subtle. You're very subtle, like the Chicxulub impact. Subtle, just killed off all the dinosaurs. Anyway, Darren Edmonds actually neglected to tell us what kind of pie. So, Darren, you can't just say pie, you have to say what kind of pie. We need to know all the filthy details. Also, if you got liquor with it, can you explain the liquor a bit so Colin can remember what the liquor is, because he's not quite sure.
Yeah.
Andy McLeish says zucchini is courgettes. George is having some churro cronuts and continuing work on his mega gargants for his tournament in Austin. Yeah, he's making these gargants. You've seen them in the mod group?
I have. I honestly, George, I love them paint jobs you've done there, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely stunning. And he's tattooed them as well.
Yeah.
You probably noticed, being a slightly tattooed person, I was
an affinity for that.
Yeah, I was in awe of his creativity on that.
Yeah. So, I don't know if you've put them in the boom hut, George, but you need to get some pictures if you haven't up in the boom hut. He's building these gargants, which are like, about 1.5 feet, 2 foot tall. But each one is on a little diorama base with little figures around it, but they're walking on like a tiled floor. But because they're giants, this is Age of Sigmar stuff, because they're giants, he's made the floor so that the tiles are crumbling in and being pressed down where it's walking.
Yeah.
So on each diorama, which is about that, each base is about, I don't know, that big maybe, he's got like 200 individually attached tiles.
Yeah.
He's basically,
amazing, isn't it?
He's making these tiles out of plaster or some such, and he's tiled about 4 bathrooms.
I know.
Pretty much. So if you've not put them in the boom hut already, George, get them in there, get some shots in there. They look fantastic. George is one of the...
I see him in the... Go on.
No, go on, I was going to say.
I saw him in the chat and I was like, wow. Yeah.
George is one of those people, a bit like Kenneth, who came to the hobby 2 or 3 years ago with no skills whatsoever and now is one of the best painters I know. So.
He's totally overtaken everyone and we all throw darts at George pictures on our dartboards.
Yeah, pretty much. And his missus drew a picture of Jar Jar for me, which I've got on the door, which I throw darts. I don't really throw darts at it. He got his wife to send me a hand-drawn picture of Jar Jar. She drew it herself. So get some pictures in there, George. Send me a message with your address because I need to send you a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah. You join me Facebook group, George. I'll pimp your work on the Sunday shows, mate.
Yeah.
People need to see it.
Marcus Broom says, cheers, Fox. I'll have a reply ready tonight. You're welcome, Colin. Ian Douthwaite's in. Afternoon, chaps. Just finishing off the Scania. Next up on the bench, the Nighthaunt Black Coach. My first foray into Warhammer. Ooh. Painting the Nighthaunt can be easier than you think if you use glazes or contrast paints. If you want an easy way to paint them or a quick way to learn to paint them, check out the Warhammer TV channel because there's a few guides on there. It's just called Warhammer now, but there's a few guides on there to paint them with glazes and stuff. Adeptus says, my players made their characters on Hero Forge and one of them printed... Oh, for me to paint. Okay, talking about stuff. Cyberpunk... Cyberpunk is a massive fudge-up, says Paul Ditter. Yep. It's not real Cyberpunk, it's Interface Zero for the Savage Worlds system. Oh, right, okay. I've got you. It's a tabletop game that people play, Colin.
Absolutely, yeah. Liquor is a thick parsley sauce.
Oh, is it? Ooh. That suddenly makes me not interested because all I got now in my head is 1983 and it's like, what's for dinner? Cod in parsley sauce. Oh.
Yeah, but it's thick and creamy and it's so...
Yeah, but when we used to have like boil in the bag cod in parsley sauce, the cod was flavourless and the parsley sauce was flavourless and the bag had more flavour.
Yeah. And of course, if you really want to go proper gore blimey, governor, you follow that with some jelly deals.
I've never had jelly deal. I get the impression I might quite like it.
Yeah.
Is it chewy or is it a bit like
it's rubbery, squishy jelly. Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had snake?
Never had snake. I've had octopus and squid.
There you go. Bit like octopus then.
Okay. I might be able to apply that to my face.
Yeah.
No.
It's an acquired taste.
Yes. Dave's in. Model Maker Dave's in. Of course he's in now because he's doing Warhammer now. He's down the hole now, Dave.
He is.
Model Maker Dave's Workshop.
Dave.
Hello, Dave. Got a new Games Workshop kit. You see what I did there?
Yeah, voluntary Warhammer purchases, Foxx. Told you I was working my magic on him, mate, and I've done well.
You do realise you can genuinely now say to him, "Oh, what, Dave got a new motor?" Because he has.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he always said he was never going to do Warhammer. Then now he's bought his first Warhammer kit.
But he was on the Wednesday show with me because he's had a breather from the Wednesday show for a few months because of the job he does, which I can't go into. That obviously with Velociraptor going on, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you can't tell people he's the Queen's fluffer. Oh no, crap.
But he came back on Wednesday and I was giggling to myself because he had already messaged me and said that he was getting a Warhammer.
Yeah.
And I had dropped a slight hint and you kept saying to me, what is it? What am I missing? It was like, yeah.
So that's the thing. Now he's actually spent his own money on a Warhammer kit. It's Baneblade all the way. It'll happen.
It's going to happen, mate.
It's going to happen. Let's have a look. What else have we got going on chat? I'll quickly scroll through so I can do some work today. Candygram says, I just looked at the website for the Yorkshire Pudding Pie Shop and now I need to find something similar nearby.
Yeah. I'll do a bit of chat if you want, mate, if you want to get some building. I don't know.
Oh, because Paul Ditter says, have you tried the Yorkshire Pudding Pie Company? Ooh. Oh. Fish supper delivery. Get yourself down to the chippy. That's half the pleasure, says Mac to Graham McRobert.
Yeah.
Scale Modelling Kale says, watching you guys on the bus. Hello, people on the bus. You're all chumps.
Yeah.
Please give this man food and money. He'll like you. I wonder if he's wearing headphones or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
He says, liquor is a parsley sauce made from the water which is used when stewing eels.
There you go.
Is there a song
that's got a twang?
Is Pie Mash and Liquor a song? Did I get that right from somewhere? Pie Mash and Liquor.
It's mentioned in a few, but I don't know whether it was a dedicated song.
Or is that just the universal...
I've been on a bit of Chaz and Dave.
Unless that's just the universal tune you apply to any Cockney phrase that just, you know...
Yeah.
Going down a pub again, and going down a pub again. I don't know.
Well, it's a bit like when you first meet people, would you say something? They go, oh, you know, where you're from. It's like, yeah. And then they go all Dick Van Dyke on you. It's really quite comical.
Yes. You mean like I do all the time?
Yeah, you get it a lot. You know,
What,
it's a common thing that people go, blimey, apples and pears and all of that lot.
I don't know what, for some reason when I'm talking to you, I just seem to naturally slip it. You make me want to speak with a you know, that kind of... I can't do it, but you make me want to do it.
When I bump into someone, say, from Devon or Yorkshire, I'm not compelled to try to talk in their accent, and I find it fascinating why people from other parts of the country, as well as other countries, because when I was stateside in New York, people loved it. Oh, you're from London town. Can you say this? Can you say that? You know, and suddenly they would try to speak it themselves. And it's always fascinated me why people do that.
Because it's a good accent. I like the London accent. All right. I don't know. It's just kind of, it's always friendly, isn't it?
I hate it, mate. It's been the bane of my life. Because
everybody loves it when you speak, so...
The thing is, I don't know whether anyone else is Londoners in the chat, but you suffer from the common thing of you say something or try to say something as a compliment and it comes out sounding like an insult.
Yeah.
Because you've got such a dry, direct way of speaking and people go, oh sorry, I got up your nose. It's like, no, you haven't. You know, but it is a common thing. And we always, whenever we say anything with an H, we always make a point. With an H.
Like if you saw a woman in a dress that complimented her curves, and you might say, "Oh, look at the arse on that," but of course that doesn't sound like a compliment at all. That sounds like,
well, you know, girl, you're carrying a bit of timber, and it's like you get that infamous as the record scratches and the whole room goes quiet.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I hate being at weddings.
Yeah, so it does happen.
Model Maker Dave's Workshop says no, and no to Baneblade, but he spells it wrong, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
We have belly for dinner, sausages and chips, and on the bench, and naught a thing, says Eon's car.
Nice.
Belly for us tonight is pork and apple cider sausages with Fox's mess, which is chopped up potato, carrot, and onions. We don't have any cabbage though, unfortunately, which is a shame. So it's not true Fox's mess. Ray Aquilina is in. Hello, Foxx and Colin, my friends. Welcome, Ray. Welcome. Big hugs.
Hello, Ray. I hope you're doing all right. I just realised Foxx is in the wrong place on screen. It's his show. He should be on that side. There you go.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm doing the reading bit.
There it does.
I'm doing the read. I'll tell you what I'll do. It's really important that I do this. Is I put you full screen because you're doing things and I'm not. Darren Edmonds says
wrong.
Well, you've got the sudden wrist movements, but I'm not doing anything, so...
Yeah, sorry about that, folks. I'm dry brushing, honestly.
Darren Edmonds says, liquor is basically flour and water with vast amounts of parsley to give it flavour. Pie and mash was designed to be cheap and filling. I hate to think what it went in the pies years ago.
Well, it was Docklands, workman's food, wasn't it, at the end of the day for the dockers?
See, all I've got in my head now is Cut My Own Throat Dibbler from the Discworld novels. Yeah. Who sells all the mysterious pies and things. I can't remember what they actually are now in the book. But you're usually best not to ask or necessarily eat them.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Scale Model Chaos says, luckily I've got my headphones on, but wishing now I didn't in case I get a load of free stuff. Says Scale Model Chaos. Paul Di Tomaso says, in morning everyone, I didn't realise clocks went back an hour until now. No!
He's Canada, aren't you? Is it Toronto,
Canada.
Up that way?
Yeah, I don't know if... I assume Canada is a week behind, like the US.
Yeah, they're a week behind,
spring ahead, fall behind, says EC, or spring forward, as we say over here. And that's the chat up to date, so thank God for that. I can get on with some work.
You're good.
Yeah, I'll unfull screen you. How's your... let's have a look at your thing, dude. How's your thing coming along?
It's coming along all right, mate. Just doing a bit of brushage of the dry kind and just,
Ooh, give us a little guided tour, because we've not really seen it much since...
Yeah.
Look at that. You got
just lightly going over it. Just highlighting bits and bobs, dry brushing bits and bobs, and then I'll start chipping it.
Ooh, looking good.
Yeah, so it's getting there, you know.
You'll have it finished in display cabinet before I even got halfway through mine.
Winging it.
Let's
just type in the chat read to here, and then I'll know then when I read the chat where it got read to.
White Glove Models asks, question for you, Foxx, or up to you, Cole. How much glue versus sprue do you use to mix up your sprue goo? it doesn't really matter how much glue. The sprue is shitloads. It's just, it's tons. Basically, I've not made it with sprue for ages. I've made it with bits of plastic card. It was tons. Cut it up into little tiny bits.
Yeah, I use any offcuts of styrene.
Yeah,
and look at that gloopy consistency.
Yeah, the trick is basically when you pull the brush out like Colin's does there, you don't want it to be dripping off the brush like a liquid. You want it to be like almost like treacle, just kind of bleh.
Yeah.
As thick as you can get it. You don't want it to be too thick because you need to be able to spread it. But when you spread it over, you spread it over a surface or a gap, you want it to be able to go across the gap and make a bead of glue. If you make it too thin, it'll just run into the gaps. So there's no set amount. It's just keep putting stuff in, give it a shake, give it 5 minutes until it's so gloopy that you can lift the brush out and it just kind of bleh, like treacle.
You want to basically dip the brush and it just oozes into the gap, but almost forms a skin straight away. You know, it's the consistency of skimmed milk. Is that the one?
Oh God, no! That's spraying. Skimmed milk's water. You want the consistency of
cream,
golden syrup.
Yeah, or the consistency of the relish on a rustler's burger.
Shut up. I'm not listening now. I'll tell you what I'll do is you have to remember I've got this button, Cole, that I just...
Oh, really? I've got one of them as well.
Tart.
Yeah.
This is mutiny, Mr. Christian, mutiny. Darren Edmund, shut up, there's a question for you. Darren Edmund says, obviously all Londoners like pie and mash, obviously.
Yeah.
But what's Festa's take on cockles and whelks? Alive-oh. You missed out mussels.
Yeah, used to. I don't know whether they still do it, but you used to in the pubs. You used to get the seafood bloke come round with a big wicker basket, get your cockles and whelks and all of that lot, and you'd get the little jars. I don't know whether they still do it now, but yeah, don't mind them. Not had them. Bloody hell, not had them for about 20 odd years now, mate.
Yeah, I mean we used to have a little.
Don't get none of that down here.
Yeah, we used to have a little guy come round the pub. I've talked about him before, the fish guy, who had a similar thing, basket of... He had, like, little bags of, like, cockles. He didn't... Because this was northern, so it wasn't like cockles and whelks and stuff. He had cockles and he had fish sticks and things like that. Little bits of stuff. I've never had whelks. I've had cockles. I quite enjoy them until, like, the 35th one when you start feeling a bit queasy.
Yeah, yeah.
I've only had cockles once, and it was cockles that I actually farmed myself.
Yeah,
or harvested.
I don't know whether pubs still do it because obviously I don't drink now, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I actually went.
Been in the pub for years.
I don't think they really. No, it's just crisps and snacks, isn't it? But I actually went to Morecambe Bay, and I actually went cockling, and I harvested.
Did you now?
I harvested billions of them. And then I put them in a pan and cooked them and realised the downside of harvesting billions of cockles is you've got to eat billions of cockles. And after about the first 300, you're like, brr, brr. So, yeah, there's a downside to that. But no, they're quite nice. Mussels.
Then immediately wish you hadn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything like cockles and mussels and stuff, I can kind of eat them, but only in small amounts. Yeah. After a little bit, you're like, I've had enough now.
Yeah, I'm like that with oysters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's one of those. I can eat them, but not many of them.
Yeah, I have had octopus. I had a seafood meal in Gran Canaria once, and it was quite pleasant. But it was one of those things where you put the food in your mouth, and your brain's like, I don't necessarily not like it, but I'd appreciate it if you could just swallow that without much chewing as quickly as possible and make it go away.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was kind of like that. So, yeah. But it tasted nice. I'm not a big seafood fan, you see. I'm not the biggest seafood fan in the world.
No, it's an acquired taste. I couldn't have it every day.
No.
But
I like fish, but I don't like accidentally finding bones. I don't like food where you can find a bone and it stops you. Yeah. It's like finding a cardamom seed in your curry. It stops you in your tracks. And you have to fish all the bits out, so yeah. What about mussels? You like a bit of mussels?
Yeah, a bit of mussels. Can't beat some mussels. Got some mussels.
Yeah. I'm doing a second coat of very diluted Agrax Surshade on these stripes because I realised I've got to do chips on white paint and the white paint's a bit too white. It needs to not quite be white so I can put a white chip on it, because you can't really chip white paint with white because it's white and it's... I can hear noises. What you doing? What you doing?
Oh, I'm just dry brushing, mate.
You're dry brushing the bit with all the overhangy bits, aren't you, where the brush clatters on them? I like that.
Yeah.
The little clickety-clackety noises I like. That's a noise I like.
Yeah.
Clickety-clack,
clickety-clack, and have you a bit of clickety-clack.
Gotta be honest, I do like dry brushing.
I mean, I'm doing this big old dozer thing, but the roller will end up replacing it. But I have a cunning plan that this will get used on the kit somewhere.
Or here's a thought: being that you are Fester,
yeah,
why not have the dozer blade and the roller? I'm sure you could.
Oh yeah, it's getting used.
I'm sure you could jiggle it all together somehow.
Well, part of me was thinking of having the dozer blade and then the roller attached to the dozer blade, or just lift the dozer blade up and have the roller in place. Or do I put it on the back somewhere? I don't know. But...
This would be the Fester way of doing it, to just have all the things, regardless.
Oh, yeah. Everything in the box has got to go on the kit.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Guidelines.
You know, that rule is still in place. I'm just, what's the word? Hypothesizing? Is that, yeah, I'm thinking about it, mulling it over. Yeah.
Scheming.
But...
I'll have a quick look at chat.
Figuring it out.
Paul Di Tommaso says...
You carry on, mate.
Okay, Paul Di Tommaso says, Colin, have you checked out those files I sent you? Have you printed anything yet?
I have checked them out, mate. I haven't printed anything yet, mate, because I've been a bit preoccupied with getting everything up to date on builds. But yes, I shall be, because I want to add some stuff to this and the Snazwagon. Snazwagon. So I will do, Paul, mate. It's all there, all ready to go, mate. And I'll be uploading all of my Warhammer files to the same folder.
I'm sitting here twiddling my thumbs while Agrax Earthshade dries, so I'll chat Dolly for a bit. Max says, now, children. White Glove says, thank you, lol. Andy McLeish is migrating us to the big 50-inch big telly. Big telly.
Good man.
Big telly.
Big telly.
I don't know what bit of my face that was, but they probably just got a big close with some random part of my face there.
Damn, if I had known, I'd have cooked up another Rustler's burger so we could have had that on his 50-inch telly.
You could always text H and say, H, would you make me another burger?
I'd have a job. She's at Harry Potter World, boy.
Well, somebody has to be, I suppose.
Yeah.
Foxx was doing what? I hope there were no families around at the time. You know, when we say something and then like 5 minutes later we get a comment, but we've already forgotten what we said.
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Yeah. Snot in a shell, says Mac about oysters. Andy McLeish used to love scallops. Oh yeah, scallops are like, they're not like fish or anything, or they're like little coins of happiness. I like scallops.
Yeah.
They're not chewy like shellfish, and they're not like bony like fish. Darren Edmonds says, Cockle and Whelk stalls are getting harder to find, same as proper pie and mash shops. Another good old East End tradition that's disappearing.
Yeah.
Bobby
just trouble. It's all going, mate, and it's a shame.
Hugh Gordon says, spoots are delish. I think that might be a misspelling, because spoot is my pretend swear word that's not really a swear word. Oh, spoot. What's a spoot? Razor clams. Never had a clam.
Yeah.
Awesome, Colin. Look forward to seeing what you do with the stuff, says Paul Di Tommaso.
Yeah, I'll have a good route around, mate.
What's he sent you?
I don't know whether to say it live on air, mate. It's STL files of a certain thing.
Does it involve boobs?
I'll message you instead.
Why is it rude? Is it
no, it's not.
Is it pornographical?
No, don't do that. Don't need none of that.
Is it?
I'm just texting you.
Oh, okay. If it's just Games Workshop stuff, nobody will care. Don't worry about that.
Oh, all right then. I didn't know whether I could say it on air, mate.
Oh yeah, let's have a look what you sent me. I've got a text. It's under there.
But I didn't want to.
Don't matter.
I didn't want to get your channel the wrong kind of attention, mate.
That's not going to happen. Don't worry about that.
All right.
It's not illegal.
It was some STL files to add additional features to my Warhammer builds.
Yeah, there's no problem with that. Hell, half your Baneblade's 3D printed. I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, that's my channel, though, mate. I've just been respectful for you, mate.
Andy McLeish says, fresh caught prawns or langoustines or whatever. What is a langoustine? It sounds like some kind of Mediterranean vegetable type thing, but it's not. It's a prawn or something, isn't it? Or a shrimp.
I thought it was a character out of Vikings myself, but then, what would I know?
You're not into porn, but you watch Vikings. Okay. My comment was about you cockling, says Skill Model. Well, what was I doing? Oh, family friendly. Yeah, I went for a good route in Morecambe Bay. Oh, spoots are razor clams. Oh, right, okay. Because all I know is spoot was a swear word in Angry Beavers cartoon, and I'd kind of stole it.
I'll worry about you. Angry Beavers.
You never watched that? You never watched Angry Beavers?
That sounds like porn. No.
You never watched Angry Beavers?
No.
It's more Canadian than
talking of the bloke who still hasn't watched DS9, mate.
This is true. This is true.
What chance do you stand with me, mate?
Yeah, well, there is that. Scottish langoustines are going for obscene money over here, says Mac.
Really?
Did I hear Moonbase Alpha beep then, says Darren Edmonds. Yes, all my phone sounds are sound files ripped from Space 1999.
We was chatting, weren't we, on the Frolic about nerdy facts. Now that is just so you, that is.
Yeah, for someone to know. Yeah, but I'm not the one that recognised it though.
Oh no, but it's just so like you to have that on your phone.
What have I got? I've got that one. That one. That one. I've got the tone from the sound from Bones when they go into the forensic area.
Oh yeah, when they do the swipe card.
Yeah.
I love Bones.
I've got Law and Order. I've got some sounds from Persona 4. They're quite good sounds. I'll put it back to whatever it was though. Yeah, it was in the days when it was possible to actually get sounds onto your mobile phone with minimal swear, onto an iPhone with minimal swearing.
I've got this one.
What's that from? What's that from? I've heard that before.
24.
Is it? Oh, that's right.
24, mate.
I think I watched an episode or two of 24 and found it thoroughly not interesting.
It's the CTU ringtone.
Like, yeah, I watched a couple of episodes of that and was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. Not feeling it at all.
Yeah, that's my nerdy one. It's like, yeah.
Is this dry yet? Good God, woman.
You've not got your hair dry at the end?
Yeah, but I don't want it to dry lumpy. Foxx, I sent him files for a bunch of orc stuff, a boat, a copter, half-track, battle wagon and more, or sent him Babylon 5 Star for a model file. Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's good.
I must find them. I always wanted to live on Moonbase Alpha. Have I still got the files? Basically, it was a video on YouTube of clean extracts of all the sound effects from Space 1999, including things like eagles taking off and flying. When I did my eagle build, and I had that video of the...
That's right, you had them on there, didn't you?
Yeah, but when I did a little video of it, like taking off and flying and landing, because I had it on a piece of string, and I put together all the sound effects from those files. So
you did the thing with Tony as well, didn't you, with the little handheld screen?
Oh yeah, yeah, because I had I had a comm lock. I might still have all those audio files, but I'm not sure. I might not. Darren, if you're in the... how can I do this now? If you're in the Boom Hut, Darren, put a post up asking me to see if I've got the sound files, because I extracted all the audio from the video and cut it up into individual sounds. I've probably still got them, and I'll put it on my Google Drive, and I'll put it in a link in the Boom Hut for everybody. But put a little post up in the Boom Hut. If you're not in the Boom Hut, I will link you to the Boom Hut. Hang on. Do. Copy. If you give me a second. Do. I've still got all the music. I've got Persona 4 music in my head. It's still in there. I've got the shopping music. Paste. Right, there's a link for you, Darren. I've just put it in the chat there. That's for the Boom Hut. If you're not a member, I can't remember if you are. If you are already, it's fine. But if you're not, then just join up. I'll let you in a bit. And then, just put a post up asking me for the files, and I'll put them up for everybody, if I've still got them. You probably know Langoustines as Scampy, says Mac to you. Oh, yeah, Scampy. I love Scampy.
I'll just load up the Boom Up, and if he things it, I'll let him in for you.
Yeah, Scampy. If the best place to get Scampy in the UK, here's a little hint for anybody in the UK, anybody coming to the UK from abroad. The best place to get Scampy, and I'll hear no argument, is the Chippy Bank fish and chip shop in Ulverston in the Lake District. It's right next door to the Laurel and Hardy Museum, or the Laurel and Hardy Museum may have moved now, but it used to be right next door to the Laurel and Hardy Museum. It's called the Chippy Bank. Now it's got two things going for it. One, it does the best Scampy anywhere in the UK, and two, Ulverston is a town the size of your living room, and it's got 21 pubs in it. The downside is they're all kind of like they're all not Robinson's pubs, but the northern version of Robinson's. You know, where they're all like brown and white, and they've got like an inch thick of tobacco staining on the wall by default.
Yeah.
What are they? Not Robinson's. It's I can't remember now. Anyway, yeah, there's loads of pubs, but yeah, the Chippy Bank in Ulverston. Oh yeah, Ted knows all about it. We joke about it from time to time. White Glove says, does anyone know why they didn't carry on with Torchwood? I loved it, but I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, so it was nice to see a halfway decent spin-off. The last season of Torchwood wasn't the best. Yeah, because Russell T Davies stopped doing Doctor Who. Yeah, it was his creation. He was Doctor Who's producer, and he created it as a spin-off. And then he left to do other things, and Torchwood stopped. It was good, Torchwood. But Russell T Davies is coming back to do Doctor Who in 2023. So he'll be taking over the reins of Doctor Who again. So you never know. He might plan more spin-offy type things, because it's impossible for anyone, I would think, nowadays to look at things like the MCU, to look at how Disney's got the Marvel section of its Disney Plus service with all the films and TV series, and not look at it and think, we could do so, or like Star Trek's doing all these other series. It's like, I know the BBC are strapped for cash, but they must look at it and think, you know what, we could do loads of stuff here.
There's so much that they could bring into it with side stories and things, isn't there?
Oh yeah. But the one good thing, that when Davies comes back, he's going to be co-producing it with Bad Wolf Productions, which is a company that was set up after his run on Doctor Who, an independent company to do TV stuff, and they're the people that made His Dark Materials. Yeah, the series that was on BBC like last year, I think, and they've got some quality to their work. I mean, it wasn't the best series in the world, but it looked good and it was quality stuff. So there's a chance now with the BBC part funding it and his company funding it. You never know, quality might go up. We'll see. I love me some Doctor Who. But yeah, he left, and it went over from Russell T Davies to the other fella. Can't remember his name. I've forgotten his name now.
What's that, John Barrowman?
No. Russell T Davies produced Doctor Who until he left. And then it was Matt Smith as the Doctor, and it was produced by the other guy that is now Chris Chibnall, but I can't remember who did it. It's the one in the middle. I can't remember now. I've forgotten his name. I'll do that, Foxx. That'll be great. I'm a member, thanks. Scamper says Darren, no problem. Underdog Paintings in. How do peeps? Welcome, buddy.
Hello, Baz up.
Scampi with tartar sauce. Ooh. And Adeptus says, Scampi with tartar sauce. Wait. Yeah, Scampi with tartar sauce. Ooh. If you're not in the UK, tartar sauce is quite common in fish and chip shops in various places. as a sauce for your fish and chips. It's really nice. Not tartare like you get on steak. Was it the same stuff? Like steak tartare? Is it the same stuff?
No, it's different, isn't it?
Yeah, because that's tartare with an E on the end. It's all poncy.
Yeah.
This is tartare, T-A-R. It's fish and chip sauce. It's lovely. Is this dry yet? Good God. No, but we'll carry on anyway. What else can I paint?
You've not got a little air dryer you can fire on?
Yeah, but it's... I need it to just dry as flat as possible. Sometimes it goes a bit thick and stodgy in corners.
Oh,
if
right.
you dry it, make it dry fast, it doesn't have a chance to settle out properly, and it can... I'm trying to keep it really subtle, so I don't want to do that just yet. Because I'm trying not to make it look like weathering, but just to darken it down a bit.
Yeah.
Let's paint something else. I've still got to finish painting those rubber tubes.
Tubes.
Scampi to me is protein, says Adeptus. Usually seafood or chicken, cooked in butter, olive oil, parsley and white wine, served over pasta. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yes. Oh. Moist. Still got the Persona 4 music in my head going round right now.
It's in there, isn't it?
I've got the kind of music.
Right, earworm, that.
I've got the music that plays when you're in a shop buying stuff.
Yeah.
Not in Juness, but like when you're in, like, you know, in the metalworks or the the rainy shop. I'm doing more shade, which means more sitting around waiting for things to dry. Foxx, you're an idiot. Well, never mind.
Yeah, you've really chose the best way of painting today, haven't you?
Yeah. Then again, it's the lowest risk of painting as well, I suppose, which is lowest chance of screwing things up so badly that I have to just put it in the bin.
Yeah, you're at that stage, aren't you, on the build where you've just got to,
Yeah.
After.
Do.
Thank you, Colin, he says, for the sub, by the way. Glad to see you back at the bench. That's all right, mate. I tend to share the love, you know. Anyone follows me and that, I try to sub to their channels. Feel free to pimp the stuff in the group as normal, mate. You're more than welcome to. But yeah, I do like to try to share the love with other YouTubers because what we do.
Steak tartare is basically raw mince with pickles, peppers and onions served with a raw egg on top. Oh, right, yeah. No, that's not that. No. Tartare sauce is a bit like mayonnaise, but warm with a bit of vinegar in it and some sprinkly things. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Did Colin mention a hairdryer? Blimey, he hasn't used one since 1985, says Chaos.
Oh, Brittany, like that with you today, is it? Okay.
Cole. Anything triggered in the brain? Are you remembering anything?
Yeah, I've got an hairdryer here.
That's not a hairdryer. That's a lady's personal toy.
No, it's an hairdryer.
That's a special personal time tool.
No, it's not. It's an hairdryer.
Hairdryer.
Yeah.
That's a lady pleasuring device.
Believe you me, it's an hairdryer.
Here's the question then, to all the people out there in Chatland. Probably a lot of us have a hairdryer that we stole from our wife / girlfriend / mother at some point to use for modelling, and it's been there ever since. How long have you had your modelling hairdryer? I've had this one. Steady, Harris. I've had this one for, I don't know, about 10 or 15 years. And it's never been used for hair in all that time because I think it was my mum's hairdryer and I kind of had to borrow it once and then it was like, yeah, it's mine now.
3 years, that one.
3 years?
Hey.
It's a mere babe.
Hey.
Is that magnets?
Magnetisable. Yeah.
Oh!
I was just about to say, God, it's powerful, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, magnets, mate. I use this for me figure painting. So.
Magnets, you say?
Yeah, magnet.
Magnets, you say?
Yeah.
Magnets, you say? Damn. Andy McLeese says, lady pleasuring device. No, it's an 1800s cure for hysteria.
So Yes.
La 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 la. And Eon's Car says to Mac about the steak tartare, that does not sound appetizing. I've had actual steak tartare once. It was horrible. It was I couldn't eat it. I'm like, what is this? Yeah. It looks like roadkill. It looks like roadkill that was dragged under the truck for about 200 yards.
I was going to say, you clean that up.
And then kind of scooped up. Yeah. Right, let's paint something else while waiting for that wash to dry because I'm a speciad.
Hang that back up out of the way in its place of goodness.
Place of goodness. I've got to be mindful of things I can paint that will get matte varnished. So I can't paint anything that needs to be shiny later on. So I can do things like gold trim because that gets a matte coat first and then pimped up later. Exhausts I can do. I need decals at some point. Do I need to do some metally goodness? I've done some metallics on the weapons already, but they're just real basic base coats that'll get highlights and stuff later to make them look more metallic. So
that's all I'm doing at the moment. I'm just putting in the base bits and yeah.
Because it's kind of a common sense thing, but it's like paint all the things that are going to be eventually go have a shade or a matte varnish on them because they don't need to be shiny. Yeah. Get all them done first, then do your matte varnishes and your shades and stuff. Then you can go back and make all the glossy bits if there are any.
Yeah.
Right, so I can I do anything on that turret?
Turret. It's all about the turret. Get your turrets here for 8 repair.
Oh, you've got loads of turrets. I've got some tools and things I can paint. I can do that.
Just realised that's a whole metal blade there, you pillock.
Whole metal blade. He's a pillock and he knows it.
Yeah, get your pillocks here.
Get your pillocks here. Free for pound. Free for a pound.
Got to admit, your Mockney voice has got better over time.
I can't imagine why. I can't imagine what would lead to that.
Yeah. The thing I find funny as well, I noticed it in the E-model stream, is Ted started dropping his H's. It's brilliant.
Yeah, Ted doing any kind of accent is just comedy gold.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's like, yeah. Because he did it last week, because it was my first week back. And he went, "Oh, guess who's got back with us? How you doing, mate?"
With an H.
Yeah, with H, he says.
Yeah, bless him. That was completely the wrong brush I just used to do that. Oh, never mind.
The legend that is Professor Tedward.
The legend in his own lunchtime.
Yeah.
I'm going to use a Games Workshop brush for this metallics because I don't want to use my expensive.
Careful.
Don't want to use my expensive, very delightful broken toad brushes because expensive.
No, because there'll be toads that will be broken.
Yeah.
And then you'll get Cy Reynolds hold up the finger of mocularity and laugh at you. So.
Well, rightly so. If I do use my broken toads for things like that, then I would deserve every bit of it. I would expect no less from people to mock me for such transgressions. I think I'll paint that and then I'll do the brown bit later. It's easier if I just paint that bit now and then. So, what was I going to say? We don't have a lot of bench and bellies in chat. What else can we ask people? Don't forget, of course, folks, this is a long show. It's 3 hours. 3 hours is a long time. So, when you're hosting a show. So, for the love of dog, please do ask us questions in chat.
Yeah, feel free.
Please always treat the chat as an AMA. I still don't know how you're supposed to say that. Is it AMA or AMA? I don't know.
AMA if you want. Ask me anything, innit?
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what the official way to say it is. Like the official Reddit way that Reddit kids know all about.
Say it how you want.
It's an AMA!
I mean, you are asking a bloke who mispronounces pretty much everything he says. What would I know how it should be said?
You're the bloke that mispronounces pronunciations, so.
Absolutely. And that really doesn't get under your skin at all, does it, mate?
Nope. Not in any way, shape, or form, you tart.
Yeah, but I'm a rustler's tart.
You're not a tart. You're a filthy, dirty, cheap tart. With you,
absolutely.
Although
mate.
you've still
cheap
got
and dirty.
Although you've still got some room for improvement because you're not fully absorbed into the green pot noodles yet. So only when you're only eating green pot noodles and rustler burgers will you be a completely cheap tart.
Oh yeah, I mean I alternate.
Yeah, while there's other ones there, you're not fully cheap yet.
Oh no, because I'm not going to replace Beef and Tommy, am I? God,
nah, that's the problem.
I'm not going to cheat on my long-term partner.
And the thing is, because you don't drink, you're never likely to be drinking a bottle of White Lightning in a bus shelter. So
no,
you're not quite that cheap tart level.
No.
So
you're not going to find me with a bottle of Alco Pops, are you?
Alco Pops, made to make your kids stupid. So. Yeah, so do ask us anything in chat, folks. Anything you like. Obviously, we're not going to discuss religion and politics. We're not going to discuss our bank details, obvs. But please do ask us anything because God knows we need the conversation topics. God knows we need all the help we can get, you know. And I need something to distract me from having the Kellery magic music in my head from Persona 4.
That's the trouble, isn't it? Once you get a tune in your head, that's it for you.
Yeah, for me, tunes in the head is the worst. Getting to paint on the brush and not knowing what I'm actually meant to be painting is even the worst as well. I've got to paint on the brush, what am I doing with it? I don't know. Remember to use at Model Making Guru to get my attention on the comments, by the way. Don't forget, I've got my lenses on, so this is all blur, this chat. So remember to at Model Making Guru, so it does that, and you get my name. Or to do a super chat, so it has a chance to stand out. Nigel's modelling bench. Welcome, Nigel. Says, "Hi, men. I have a few lady pleasuring devices on each hand. Been used for years." Andy McLeish. Yeah. Andy McLeish. I'll let you read out Andy McLeish's comment after that, if you would, sir. You do the voice much better than me.
Yeah, 2 secs. My tablet's just switched off.
Yeah.
So bear with me. Andy McLeish. What's that? Oh, where's it gone? Model Making Guru, you get mocked for wearing the wrong underpants? No. Get your pillocks, fresh pillocks here, £8 a pound, a £4 for a £5.
Yeah, there you go. Wayne Model Works, hey Wayne, says, Foxx is not so windy today, but it's early in the show. Darren Edmonds asks the question. I'll point this one your way first. Where do babies come from? How is Babby made?
Well, they come from the man, don't they? They come from the man, the seed, all of that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I'm desperate to think what the answer is that he's going to give.
Well, in the beginning, there were dinosaurs. Then they all died out. I'm trying to think of a hilarious response, and I actually can't.
No.
It comes from the gentleman's bupis.
Yeah.
And the lady's triangle.
Gentleman's area. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to combine the bupis and the triangle. With a bit of in-out sticking, and then a bit later on, Babby is made, sadness ensues, and everybody's bankrupt. Pretty much that's how it works, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. Baby gets born, wallet gets squished by a road roller.
Yeah. Now remember, if you don't want kids, but you want to experience what it's like to have a child, just give all your money away and go and live on the street for a bit.
If you want to experience what it's like living with a child, just come and stay at my house for a couple of days. Because I'm 12 and a half.
Yeah. And just pay someone to stand next to you going, rah, all day, non-stop, endlessly.
Yeah.
Or, just, I don't know. Yes. All I will say is I'm glad I'm not a parent. It's probably for the best. Let's just leave it at that.
I have never regretted having children. Honestly, it's been a blast. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There are times when they can be a bit problematic as teenagers, but all in all, they've turned out to be 2 really, really decent blokes. So, yeah, I've got no qualms whatsoever.
I mean, I'm just glad because I know what I'm like, and I will be a terrible parent. I'll be a terrible father. So I'm glad for the sake of the children that I'm not a parent. I'm not parent material in any way, shape, or form. So.
Oh, I think you sell yourself short there. I think you'd be every child's ideal parent.
Oh God, no, I'm far too.
You're as mad as a box of frogs.
Yeah, but I'm far too selfish. And
really, that surprises me. You don't come over as that.
No, selfish as in I'm playing on the Xbox. Do you really need to eat?
Oh right.
Yeah, I'm far too selfish about my own.
Yeah, you do have to feed them now and then, mate.
Yeah, that's the downside.
That is quite important, mate.
Yeah, I'll just be a terrible parent. It's for the best that I am not one. It's just the best solution all around, basically. I think. It's the best for all concerned. I think we'll leave it at that. Oh balls! Oh balls! Paint catastrophes. Arse. I can fix that in post. What else can I paint that doesn't involve turning this over while the thing's still drying? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, I can paint that. That might work. I'm just getting my head in the top of the shot, aren't I? Oh well. Near mind.
Nothing wrong with that. You want to get your canister in there? It's your canister. You can put it where you like.
All people are going to see is the top of my bean.
Yeah, so that's that. So that can go in there for now. Have you a bit of that? What else have we got? Got them. Done the teeth on that. Done the teeth on that.
I shall have a look at chat in a moment, peoples.
Was that a subtle hint?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just acutely aware that I'm sat here painting quietly and not actually.
No, you carry on and get some painting done, mate.
No, that's right. I'm just doing fiddly bits. No, I was going to do chat and then I totally got carried away doing this bit. I was in the middle of chatulator. Hey, drip is slipping.
Andy McClish says, hold up a minute. He said, two vegans are having an argument. Is it still considered a beef?
Well, you could say if two vegans are having an argument, where's the beef?
Yeah.
Hey, where's the beef?
Oh, Nigel's modelling bench says, has anyone seen the Trumpeter 1/32 scale Lightning on eBay? The current bid is nearly $7,000.
What, for a kit or for the painted?
I don't know.
What scale? What scale did he say?
32nd scale Lightning on eBay. Current bid is $7,000.
I assume that's made and painted and not the actual kit.
Brittany has got a great question. Okay, if you could have dinner with 3 people from history, who would they be?
Who would they be? I'll let you go first if you want.
Cool. Bennett, that is a tough one.
From the history?
Yeah. Stephen Hawking.
Mm-hmm.
Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Patrick Moore.
Yeah. Damn it.
Purely because of their passion for their subject. And I think it would be one hell of a conversation around the table, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That's pissed you off now, isn't it? Because that was probably 3 of the people you wanted, or 2 of them.
Yeah, I was going to say Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Richard Feynman.
Yeah.
Not necessarily one of the greatest physicists of all times, but one of the greatest physicists of all time to actually have to listen to and talk to.
Yeah.
For his enthusiasm. And I don't know the third one. I don't know about the third one. Part of my body is just shouting, Dr. Alice Roberts, Dr. Alice Roberts, but I know which part of my body that is that's shouting that, and that can just shut up. This is an intellectual pursuit, not a... Yeah.
Yeah, but you can ask her intellectual questions whilst pursuing.
Yeah, that's true. Who was it? Carl Sagan, Richard Feynman, and I don't know. I don't know who the third one would be. Carl Sagan, Richard Feynman, And I don't know about the third person.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, because you might not necessarily want them all.
Though.
You might not necessarily want them all to be science-based. You might want one that's arts-based or something else. A good question, that.
It
definitely
is. I mean,
definitely
for me,
Sagan and Feynman.
For me, definitely having that theory, space style, what is out there conversation, to me is quite appealing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Feynman is probably the most eloquent physicist around, and Sagan's the most eloquent science communicator and cosmologist available, so you'd be crazy to go with anybody else. Oh, we've fallen out, haven't we? Hang on a minute. Do.
Oh, he's back.
There we go.
I was just messaging you, mate.
Yeah. I might have accidentally popped a go home pill.
No, that's all right, mate.
So that's another Persona 4.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the conversation of sort of, is there anything out there? Are we alone? Is what I find appealing with that group of people. So, bloody good question, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love that. Plus, then combining it with physics. Oh, Feynman sat there, because Feynman was. And not just physics, but Feynman was a wonderful person to listen to talking about anything, but especially as physics. I mean, I'd encourage anyone to go and find, it's probably on YouTube, clips from The Pleasure of Finding Things Out, where they interviewed Feynman just about a lot of different things, and basically about what's the best thing about finding things out. And he's like, it's a very eloquent speaker. Everything comes with this passion.
That's the thing, isn't it? It is their passion for the subject. That's what appeals to me with the ones I chose, is they all had that, I would say, childlike enthusiasm for their subject.
Exactly. I mean, being a good scientist doesn't mean necessarily that you're a good science communicator.
Yeah.
Being a good science communicator is an amazing thing. And there's not many of them around.
No.
It's like I'm a skeptic, and I'm a science all the way. I'm not, I'm agnostic, or whether I'm agnostic or an atheist or whatever, but very skeptical, very scientific based. And theoretically, I should have a great deal of respect for Richard Dawkins, but I can't stand the man.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the way he engages in discussion. He comes across very arrogant.
Oh, right.
And it's like, I can't listen to that. Yeah.
Get holier than thou, is he?
Yeah, like, when he confronts someone with a religious belief.
Yeah.
But he does it in such a way that you're like, actually, you know what? I feel bad for the guy you're grilling, because you sound like a real self-entitled arse. So I can't stand Richard Dawkins. Can't stand him at all. What am I doing now? This bit needs to be in there. Stop telling me that. Let's have a see what chat's doing. Let's have a look. Other people are actually talking about it as well. Let's have a look.
Cool.
Retro Rabbit says parasitic cellular mitosis. I don't think that's an answer to who would you have dinner with. Oh, Darren Edmonds says, where do babies come from? And Rabbit says parasitic cellular mitosis. Technically, that is correct.
Yeah.
That's a mentally taxing question, Brittany, says Andy. Okay, we've skipped to let's skip to few. I'll come back to the question, Andy's question, in a minute. Nigel's modelling bench. How do you rate Firemold's 172nd Falcon compared to the Bandai? I have both. Both excellent, and they're both different Falcons.
From different films, you mean?
The Firemold's is a proper glue kit, and the Bandai is a Bandai push fit kit. The Bandai is the New Hope 5-footer.
Right.
And the Firemold's Falcon is the Empire Strikes Back 32-inch Falcon. So they have they look completely different. One's got 5 legs, one's got 3, they've all got different greebles. Personally, you can't beat the Bandai, really. I mean, the Bandai is just a joy to make because it's all push fit. Because it's the New Hope 5-footer, its greebles are a bit more exciting than the Empire Strikes Back greebles, which had simpler surface details.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one because it's kind of 2 different types of kit. One's a glue kit. The Fine Molds Falcon is the finest, is the best glue together Falcon ever released.
Yeah.
Nobody's beaten it. The Revell one at the minute, the Master Series kit, is actually the Fine Molds model, just rebadged as Revell. So yeah, the Fine Molds Falcon is the best glue together kit, and the most accurate representation of the Empire Strikes Back 32-inch model. The Bandai one is the most accurate Falcon there is of the New Hope 5-footer. I personally would lean towards the Bandai one because it's a simpler build. But at the same time, Bandai plastic comes with its own challenge of, not using thinners and things everywhere. So
it's always been a bit problematic for that reason. But
it's not so bad on the Falcon though, because you don't have to do any real washes or anything. So it's not such a problem with the Falcon really. Because you can do
normally anything with joints in it, it destroys the joints, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, there's stuff on there, but it's more just down to on the Falcon, you're not really doing any proper washes. You might do you might do some streaking or a filter, but that's about it. You don't need to do any heavy washing, so you're not really putting anything at risk. It's not so bad. I mean, personally, if I had to build and paint another one, I'd go for the Bandai because the build takes a day. 2 days.
Yeah.
Whereas the Fine Mold one is obviously, a good 2 or 3 days of assembly and gluing. Of course, the Bandai one is more suited for lighting as well. Either you get the one with the lighting kit or you can light it separately. So
yeah.
The only thing I would say in favour of the Fine Molds, of course, is that the Bandai one, unless you get the limited edition one, doesn't have water slide decals. It has stickers, which are useless.
Right, yeah.
If you get the black box one, the special edition, that comes with the lighting kit and water slide decals. And the one
I imagine they're going for a song now, though, aren't they?
Don't know, probably. But the Fine Molds decals are pre-weathered.
Yeah.
So the Fine Molds decals, all the coloured panels have chipping built into them.
Oh right.
So you get the red panel, and it's got red panel with the chips already printed into the red panel.
Yeah.
So, but you can manually paint them yourself. You don't have to use decals. That's the one thing the Bandai one does have. If you get the one with decals, the Fine Molds kit has all the major colour panels. It doesn't have the 300, 400 extra little tiny decals that go all over it. The Bandai one does if it's the one with decals.
Yeah.
The Bandai one has almost every single marking on the original New Hope Studio model. If you get the one with decals. That's the trick there.
Worth getting there.
If you can find it. It's the one with the black box, the one with the regular colour photograph on the front box. That's just the standard model with no lighting and no decals. Hard to find nowadays,
like
though.
You say, they're hard to find, though, for, how can we say, sensible money, anyway.
Well, yeah, because it was a limited production run for that one. It's the one I did free models with was the lighting version. I think they just called it special edition or something, or limited edition. I think that's what they called it. But it's the one with the black box, and the Falcon on the box art is almost very shadowy and.
Yeah.
I've still got the Junes music in my head. God damn it! I mean the Persona 4 Calorie Magic advert music.
That's going to be in your head all day now, you know that.
And now we return to the mysterious murder in the small town of Inaba.
Candygrams for Mongo says he's still kicking himself that he didn't get the Bandai 72nd Falcon whilst they were in production. I was tempted to get one, and for some reason decided against it, and it wasn't one of my better decisions.
I'm not convinced that the Falcon is. I'm not aware that it's out of production. I know that the limited edition with the decals with the lighting kit is out of production. That was a limited run, but I'm not aware that the other one ceased production as well. It might have done, but I thought that was still available.
Yeah.
I mean, there will be I'm sure there'll be third-party decal sets out there, but yeah.
Have we got any more?
But you can paint all the colour panels, but you can't paint all the little teeny tiny markings. Although I did come across somebody once who incredibly researched all the markings on the studio miniature, the 5-footer, and figured out where they were all from.
Oh, wow.
Because all the little tiny markings, they were all just decals from other model kits that they used to cannibalise all the bits. And they actually...
That's right.
They spent years trying to track all these things down and find out where they were from. And then they had this big database of all the markings, so they could go and buy the kits and get the decals and scan them to make them the right size.
Yeah.
So he basically made his own decals for the Falcon, for the Fine Moulds Falcon.
We got some more people in the chat there. Mac is saying these 3 people would be Robert the Bruce, Nelson Mandela and Abraham Lincoln.
Mm-hmm. Apparently I'm related to Robert the Bruce, I was told, but I don't. That could just be my father talking rubbish.
KBZ Doofus says, is that Michio Kaku, Neil deGrasse and Tyson too? Yeah.
Hang on. Michio Kaku's a physicist.
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a cosmologist and science communicator. Yeah, I like both of those guys.
Brittany's saying Kurt Cobain, David Sterling and Leonardo da Vinci.
Who's David Sterling?
No idea.
Don't know who David Sterling is.
Retro Rabbit Studios says he'd love to have dinner. Good choice. Adam Savage, because he builds stuff.
Can I make that my third? Adam Savage, Carl Sagan.
Yeah.
And whoever else I said.
Neil deGrasse Tyson and Carl Sagan. I'm getting his name totally destroyed, but hey, it is me.
What, Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Good shout.
Yeah.
Adam Savage. Honestly, if there's a man cave you would like to spend a day in, it would have to be his, wouldn't it? I mean, if they did a package holiday where you could go for 2 weeks and spend a fortnight at Adam Savage's workshop, mate, honestly, that holiday would sell out.
Yeah, Max says Carl Sagan just to listen to his voice.
Yeah, I'd be there. I'd have a bit of that.
If you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the
Nigel's
universe.
Modelling Bench says to Calum, Wonderland Models have got it for 329 of the Queen's pounds. There you go.
I just did a Carl Sagan quote that I just then, after I'd done it, read that Retro Rabbit did exactly the same quote. I said it before I realised Retro Rabbit had just done the same quote. That is my favourite, one of my favourite Carl Sagan quotes. There, if you wish to make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. Yeah. It's the first thing he says in Cosmos. Nigel's Modelling Bench said, if I gave each of you £100 to buy any kit you like, what would you get?
100 quid.
Yeah.
God, I don't know, because the 2 kits I covet the most are a little more than 100 quid. 100 quid kit. Do you know?
I'd probably buy another Baneblade, let's just be honest.
I honestly don't know. It would probably be something like a decent Tomcat model kit. You know, the Grumman Tomcat?
Oh, yeah, I know the Tomcat.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not that particularly out of touch.
But
would it be the Tamiya?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be a big scale version of that. I think there's one, I don't know, about 70 quid or so. I don't know, but something along them lines. But the 2 kits I covet the most are obviously the Eagle Transporter and Space Battleship Yamato.
Oh, yeah. What, the 1500 Yamato?
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Because that's only about, well, when I got it, it was about 80 quid.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd buy. I mean, It'd probably be another Baneblade. You know
okay,
what I'm like.
Let's narrow it down then. What £100 kit other than Warhammer should Foxx get?
Oh, don't. The thing with me is I've not got any like must-have kits at the minute. There's nothing out there that I really want right now. There's no covet kits, kits that I covet right now. So, although I'd probably like buy 5 packs of Deathcore, plastic Deathcore when they come out. They're probably about £20.
Knowing you'd want something from Forge World, because you are a bit of a Forge World fan, aren't you, as well?
Well, I could get like another Macarius tank, I suppose.
Yeah, if money was no object, I think that's the place you would end up.
Well, I say that, but I hate resin, so I haven't built my Macarius Vanquisher yet. So I need to build that first, and if it's good, I'd like to buy another one. So, but
one of those jury's out moments then.
Well, I don't like resin, but I really want the 2 tanks I've got from Forge World look so good that I'm prepared to put up with resin for the sake of having a Vanquisher and a Malkadoran Furnace. So we'll see. They're kind of simple. They're just like blocks that go together rather than joints and things that need pins. So
damn good question, though.
Yeah.
Steve Beanie, Tamiya, he says the Tamiya F14D late version is good and it's £99. There you go.
Yeah, 5 packs of what are they calling them now? Imperial.
Nigel saying, can you remind him from which film is which Falcon with regard to 3 or 5 legs?
Okay, the New Hope is the 5-footer. That's the Bandai kit. That's 3 legs. I think the model has 3 legs. I'm not, because the Bandai one is kind of a hodgepodge of some bits of the New Hope, and there's a few bits of the Empire one in there. Like the cockpit's more akin to the Empire one, but the New Hope I think is 3 legs, and Empire Strikes Back is 5 legs. New Hope is flatter and is flatter and wider than Empire, which is fatter and taller as well. They're only really,
all of that has gone over my head.
They're only really, aside from the two the 2 sort of big square bits underneath where the extra legs come from on the Empire one. They're kind of very similar Falcons anyway. Yeah. But the greebles on the New Hope one are more interesting than the greebles on the greebles on the Empire Strikes Back one, because the Empire Strikes Back one was a 32-inch model, so the detailing is less complex. Yeah. So, when Fire Molds based their model on the studio model, of course, they're basing it on that 32-inch one, which was had less surface detail on it, so that's what they reproduced. Whereas the New Hope one is, because it's 5 foot, it's got lots more little greebles and details on it. But the cockpit is the New Hope, is Empire Strikes Back. Because the actual studio model for the cockpit of the studio model of the 5-footer for New Hope, the cockpit inside that studio model looks nothing like the Millennium Falcon cockpit. It actually looks nothing at all like the cockpit that you see the actors in, because they hadn't.
Isn't there one that's got a poster in it of the movie?
That's the it's on TV4. The one at the start that's being chased by the big Star Destroyer. Yeah. If you look through the window on the front, there's a Star Wars poster on the back of the wall. Yeah. As well as I think it's a Barbarella poster, a poster of a very scantily dressed lady.
Yeah, Jane Fonda. Barbarella.
You never actually see him there on screen. Yeah, New Hope is less legs but more details, more surface detail. But yeah, the actual cockpit on the studio model has got like computer monitors and stuff. It looks nothing like the actual cockpit set, because they hadn't designed it at that point. And I think they scavenged that cockpit from the previous version of the Falcon before it was when it looked like an Eagle transporter. Because the first Falcon design looked like an Eagle transporter.
It was so ahead of its time, though, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. But apparently, when they designed the Falcon and made the model of it, and then realised that it looked like an Eagle transporter, that's like, yeah, we need to change that. So they changed it to look like it looks now. Yeah. Some bits got reused. The cockpit got reused, which is why it looks different.
I've got to put them on the dudes and on asset dudes.
Dudes.
Let's bung that over there out the way for a minute.
That's a proper professional model making term. Bung.
Bung.
Bung that over there. Bung that over there. There you go. Out the way.
Sling that over there out.
Sling it. I'll check your model and see if it's still available there, says White Glove. Yeah, they did have that Falcon. I don't think they have now, but they had quite a lot of it. If I remember rightly, they actually bought all the UK stock of that limited edition Falcon.
Yeah, we did.
So if there are any left in the UK, that'll be the one place you can get them. Pete, mate, literally said, I will take every single one I can find in the UK. And he spent a significant amount of money on those.
A lot of money, wasn't it? It was.
He told me how.
Was it several pallets, wasn't it?
Yeah, he told me how much he spent on all those limited edition Falcons. I'm like, holy shit, Jesus.
Could you imagine when he got home explaining that to Mrs. Pete, mate?
Oh, yeah, Mrs. Pete, mate, is the big boss.
Yeah. Could you just imagine him?
The Bobbin says David Sterling founded the SAS.
Yeah. Ah, right.
He's the guy that created the LRDG, which went on to become the SAS. KBZ Doofus says, as long as you can be in Adam's shop and Norm isn't allowed to help. Yeah, Norm can't be anywhere near the place.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No. I used to love watching tested stuff. When Will left, I went off it a little bit. But then when they started getting Norm doing model making, and I just got angry every time, I stopped watching. No. It's not that I don't like Norm. I just don't like it when they get him doing any kind of model making because it makes me angry.
Yeah.
Especially when he built that bloody... don't get me started.
Are you getting your bottom lip out?
Yeah. Don't get me started on his space battleship Yamato.
Ah, right. Okay. Is that a sore subject?
He built it and you could see nubs all over it. And then he painted it. And then he got some woman who apparently is a professional, model painter. And they did some really crap painting methods.
Yeah.
And then it looked terrible and it had nubs all over it. And I'm like, and this is the big 500 scale, 350 scale one. I'm like, just I'm not watching this ever again.
No, you don't need that.
Ray Aquilian's going to go and make his tea. Says, see you. Take care, Ray. Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. Mine, there you go, mate.
Retro Rabbit says, in case you didn't know, where are we? Need to edit the obituary for my mum. The funeral home just sent. In case you didn't know, Mama Rabbit passed away last Sunday. I knew that, but yeah, big condolences and big hugs and love, dude.
Sorry to hear that, buddy. Condolences, mate.
Yeah, his Mama Rabbit passed away last Sunday. Very sad.
Oh, bloody hell.
I never like to mention these things because you never know if people want it mentioned. So,
no, that's right. Yeah.
Lots of love and hugs and condolences and all that.
Absolutely, mate.
Mac says that Fox's brain will be donated to the Museum of Cornucopia. Nigel says there's some idiot letting off fireworks here in the daylight. Oh, we get them all the time.
Yeah.
And Doofus says Norm makes my blood pressure go up. Yeah, it just... I liked Norm until they got him making models. And then I just needed him to shut up and not ever do that ever again. Which he didn't, unfortunately, do. Because it was like... They first started out and they were like... They had... the guy, I can't remember his name now, teaching them him and Will how to airbrush.
Yeah.
How to do airbrush and stuff and how to paint. And it started off all right. They were learning. But then every time they got Norm to do something, he's almost like he forgot what he'd learned the last time and it's like, And they were all being taught because of the people that were teaching them are in the special effects business.
Yeah.
They were learning quick and dirty methods to do things.
Yeah.
Like everything's painted with acrylics.
Yeah.
Like, doing washes with acrylics. It's like not display model making techniques, which is fine because they were being taught by people that are there to, do that kind of
speed build almost. Yeah.
Yeah, speed building and, industry techniques, which aren't designed for, it's not the kind of thing we do. So they were teaching him things like that. and it's like, oh, but then he'd then instantly forget everything he was taught the next time.
Yeah.
And you think, like, 2 or 3 years later, that ridiculous space battleship Yamato, he's there saying, oh, it's a dream kit, I've always wanted to do one, and then he builds it without taking the nubs off. You know, under the auspices of an industry professional who then shows him a load of really shonky techniques, and he still makes a mess of it. And I'm like, oh, come on, you've been doing this for 2 or 3 years now, and you've got a professional with you.
Yeah, you should be able to do something a little bit better.
Yeah. So, yeah, banned.
Not your favourite person, then.
Just made me angry. Because I can sit and happily watch Adam Savage do a quick, dirty weathering job on something.
Yeah.
Because he knows what he's doing, but that is what he does. He was a painter for ILM. That's what he did. Yeah. Those are his techniques. He's not, he's not going to paint a display model. He's painting something that will be a special effects prop. So that's his thing.
And he tells you that as well, right at the very beginning, doesn't he?
Yeah, and they actually look really... And, he actually knows what he's doing, and they come out looking great. That's the other big difference. But, Norm is like, oh... But I kind of started fading away from Tested after Will left anyway, because I liked Will. Something changed when Will left.
It's the dynamic changes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like Adam Savage's enthusiasm.
Oh God, yeah.
Because he is that child in a man's body, isn't he? He does get excited over. I mean, did you ever watch the one where he got the Saturn V display model?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh, mate, he was a kid in the candy
Oh, you mean the
shop
Lego kit?
No, it was a pre-made model of Saturn V that comes apart in all bits and bobs.
Oh,
and it's in like a big presentation box. And he got sent one, and he was in his element.
I never saw that because I actually unsubscribed from Tested when the great space battleship Yamato of 2000 and whenever it was happened.
Yeah,
I actually unsubscribed from it. I was like, I can't watch Norm anymore. I'll just keep an eye out for Adam Savage videos.
You proper got your lip out then, did you? It's my bat and ball, and I'm leaving.
Well, it was like I was only enjoying the things what Adam was doing his one-day builds, and that was like a tenth of the videos. They were just taking up my feed, and I'm like, I'm not watching most of these. I might as well unsubscribe and just. I check the recommendations every day anyway, so I'm sure it'll pop up at that point. So
I used to watch Savage on Mythbusters, and then it was Vincent, our Belgian friend, that said he's got a YouTube channel, mate. You can have a look, and that was it. I was like, "Ooh, I'll have a look over there."
I'd already been subscribed to. I'd already been like reading the Tested website for years anyway.
Yeah,
and I'd listen to the podcast every week before they got bought out by Jamie and Adam.
Yeah,
because Tested was already part of. Tested was like it was a sister website to Giant Bomb, which is a gaming website. So I already knew the Tested website, and then when Giant Bomb got sold off, they got purchased by Jamie and Adam because they'd left Mythbusters.
Yeah,
and then Adam Jamie faded out from it because he was never really that involved in it. So. So I had Tested T-shirts and everything for years before Adam came along.
Oh, you're a proper fanboy then.
Well, it was just because I used to listen to the Giant Bomb podcast and I used to go to their website. Yeah. They were like sister websites, so they all knew each other, and you get the Tested guys would be on Giant Bomb videos and vice versa. But I'd also watched Will and Norm do their Lego builds of the Super Star Destroyer and the Death Star.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because they did it took them over a period of a few weeks, they did like an hour a day video where they were building. Norm had the Lego Super Star Destroyer, the UCS kit.
Yeah.
And Will had the Death Star, but they had various things they had to do each time. Like on one episode, they had to have their arms taped up with rulers, like a ruler at a 90-degree angle, like R2-D2, so they couldn't bend their arm.
Yeah.
So they had their arm at like that kind of 90-degree shape, and they couldn't flex it because they had a ruler taped to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And other ones they had to do other things, but they were just fun to watch. So And that's one of the reasons I ended up buying a UCS Superstar Destroyer. Gits. So I already knew Tested. Tested was great. But then when it got sold off and stuff, Will went off to do his own thing in VR and Norm stayed with it.
Yeah.
Adam and Jamie bought them. It was alright. I'm sure it's still a good website, but I kind of faded away from it. I faded away from Giant Bomb. Well, it's the same kind of time I started fading away from Giant Bomb as well, because they started changing a fair bit. So these things change. It's not the end of the world.
Well, they evolve, don't they, at the end of the day? It's the whole idea of it, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, you get used to a website and then people leave and things change. And you're like, yeah, I'm not really feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
I used to listen to the Major Nelson podcast every week. Back in those days, it was he was like one of the spokespeople for Xbox. Yeah. And he had a great fun little podcast with a couple of other guys, but with Ian Steptoe.
Yeah.
Steptoe was the head of Xbox like enforcement and safety. Yeah. And E was like in the tech side of things, and they were good podcasts. But again, Steptoe passed away, and E left, and it kind of wasn't as interesting anymore. Oh, yeah. But these things change, you know. Your preferences go.
Well, it's the evolution, isn't it? It's the whole idea of it, isn't it? You know, websites evolve, shows evolve, people come, people go. It's all part of it.
I grew apart from Giant Bomb because it started the podcast. I stopped going to the website all the time because they changed the stuff they did, and then I stopped listening to the podcast when every episode was lots of talk about wrestling, and I'm like, wrestling games, and I'm like, I don't care about wrestling. Can we talk about the other stuff, because it's video games? But a lot of it was wrestling, and that was boring for me. So, and I looked at it the other day, and it's like been a couple of years since I've been there, and I don't know who half the people are now. I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are. So yeah, I still download the podcast, but I've not listened to him for a while. But you know, these things change. Doodaloo doodaloo doo doodaloo doo. It's always fun to find new things.
Absolutely.
Let's have a quick look at chat.
Candygram saying to Nigel, "Whoa, thanks for the info. He's now got to go and sell a kidney."
What was that for?
For the Millennium Falcon.
Oh, right, yeah. Burpage.
Good burp.
Everybody's giving condolences for Rabbit.
Absolutely, mate. Sincere condolences given.
Retro Rabbit says Norm took a $600 plus Derek Stenning resin kit and painted it like a stone statue. I remember that.
Oh no.
Adam doing a technique versus Norm doing a technique is the final product will look like a finished piece. Adam versus someone just demoing a tech all over the kit. Norm. Yeah. Not sure if you've seen it, but Adam did his first Gundam build a couple of months ago, says Chaos. Absolutely, I watched that and he was so ecstatic about it. He was hyper. He was just blown away by the way Bandai kits go together in the engineering, and he said all the things that I said when I first started building them.
Oh mate, it's his enthusiasm. It's infectious, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but he was so he said it's just the engineering of them. He said it's just incredible. And I'm like, yeah, that's why everybody likes them.
That's my next challenge with Dave.
What, a Gunpla?
Yeah.
Steady now.
I know.
Would you want to make a kit that doesn't require glue or painting? Or that you don't necessarily have to glue or paint?
He struggled with the ATST because it went together too easy for his liking.
Yeah.
So he didn't really enjoy it.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is you can tell him, well, you can glue it if you want. And the thing is, the less time you spend building, the more time you can spend painting. Think of it that way.
I'll get him used to Warhammer first.
Nigel says Bandai have re-released the Falcon with LED and decals. Due out this month. Kick ass.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's why Candygram says, now I know why I need to sell a kidney. Somebody here is doing finger words.
Who's that?
Somebody here is doing finger words and throwing hugs at Muse.
I was being polite.
Just nonsense. Interrupt me, otherwise I'll never stop.
No, I was type hugs from Muse.
But hello from you, hello to Muse, big hugs to you. He
Hugs,
said,
Muse.
he
Love
said
you
with mouth words.
Yeah, it was worth being told off, though.
Yeah.
I love the way you nag me. I love the way you tell me.
Still got that flipping music in my head. Oh! I can't hum it to let you know what piece of music it is because A, nobody will know it, but if anybody does, I'll get sponged by copyright anyway. It's so frustrating. I need to redo the paint on that piece of track because it's all faded off. I can't believe I've not got more tools to paint.
You said tool.
Tool! Tool tubes. Tube O tools. Anyway, you can talk for a bit now. I'm sleeping for a minute.
Oh, you're having a kip now, are you?
Yeah, bye.
See you later. So, yeah, these Rustler's burgers.
Oh! Oh! I'm not having you back.
He said talk for a bit. What do you expect? This is what you get. What we got there? So everyone's saying hello to Muse there, big waves and all of that lot. What have we got going on up there? Oh yeah, you've read them. Yeah.
I think I'm up to date on the chat.
So how are you getting on with your Baneblade of goodness, mate?
I'm just painting little bits.
You know, is it coming along as you anticipated, or
yeah, I think I'm just painting little bits and details at the minute, and it's never the most interesting part, to be perfectly honest. Little details. I'm one of those people that a lot of time when you see a tank, it's just tank coloured. It's just all one colour, but it never works for me. And my brain's like, no, but you need to paint lots of different things. I've just realised I've got to paint all these guns. That's the point.
Yeah, it's knowing how far to go, isn't it? I mean, it's like you said before, you're selling that one, so you want it to be a certain
kick-ass,
way, don't you? So,
yeah.
So you're kind of, I wouldn't say putting yourself under pressure, but you kind of are in a way because you want it a certain way, don't you?
Oh, it's not like that really. I mean, it's more just. I always find it weird that you can build a tank and it's mostly one colour, because I'm used to painting lots of different things, different colours on a model. So painting one thing, one colour, and that's most of it. It's just weird to me. But I'm not so much putting myself under pressure, but I am going very slowly and taking lots of time to paint things well. But the thing with me is I am just eternally impatient. I find it's almost as if I find the entire process thoroughly boring. It's just the end result is the exciting bit for me.
Yeah.
It's not true like that really, but I like the bit at the end. I like the bit at the end when I get to take pictures of it. That's the fun bit. Yeah. Because I finished.
That's why I'm kind of glad I do all, because it's just like slap it on.
Yeah. Mac says the night is closing in and the oven needs attention. Good night all. Thanks for coming in, Mac. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Nigel says, so if one of them studio models was 5 feet and one was 3 feet, why do all the greebles appear the same size? I don't know.
Unless they use different size tanks and that, because a lot of it's Tiger tank stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it is like Tamiya Tiger tanks and things like that. They were just off the shelf kits for all the bits, but they'll probably have different. You'll find that some of the parts look similar but aren't. Because they'll have like a 1/72nd version perhaps that they'll use bits from.
Yeah.
Some of the things they will have also, most likely they will have made casts of greebles to reuse over and over again.
Yeah.
They will have made copies of them, and they could, I suppose, they theoretically could resize those using some kind of dark magic, but some of them they'll just have different tanks of different scales. I mean, different models at different scales of the same thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I do not know. But that's why some of the details, that's why the 32-inch one was simpler. Because there will have been things that they just couldn't have got in a smaller scale, so... That's the thing. Hey! You're pushing.
I really am not going to look up at the screen as to what you're doing there.
Oh, I was trying to push the bottle onto the blue tack so it doesn't fall over. Because these bottles are a little bit too big for my dad device.
Oh, the pigments.
No, these are enamels, but yeah, it's the same size pot.
Yeah. Oh, I can always print you out a couple of those bad boys for the different size for the pigments.
I don't know why I'm doing this again. I should
print a load out in different sizes and ship them up, mate. It's no problem.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm doing this coat on this piece of tank track again when I should really just paint it the right colour first off. That would have been a lot easier. Never mind.
Yeah, but we don't do things easy, do we?
No, that's true, because we're idiots. I mean, because we're special. Wait, was my first answer the right one? I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the correct answer, mate.
Yeah, I was right first time, wasn't I? Never mind. Moving on. Do. I think the reason as well that they made the 32... That's the wrong fluid, you simpleton. The reason that they didn't do another 5-foot Millennium Falcon...
Yeah.
And they did a 32-inch Falcon for Empire Strikes Back was that the 5-foot Millennium Falcon was, by all accounts, a pain in the arse.
Oh, really?
Because it was 5 foot. And enormous. So, like, getting lots of moving around shots was quite fiddly because it was this enormous model in 1977.
Yeah, I imagine that was a problem.
Yes, it was more just the size. It was more practical for them to film with a smaller model, basically. Because for Empire, they wanted to do more swooshing about, like in the asteroid field and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't really do that. They couldn't really do that with the hardware they had. Wasn't something they could do very easily with a big 5-foot long Falcon. Hence the... I don't know why they added the extra landing gear base to it, though. I don't know what that was about. There's probably a reason.
Yeah, it's got to be a reason, isn't there?
Yeah.
Don't normally do these things without a reason, do they?
No. Not when it costs money. Darren Edmonds, if you could be born in a different time period, when would it be? The future.
1930 to 1945.
What, you want to live through the Second World War?
I just like the dress, the era, the music, the life. Yeah, it just appeals to me.
Yeah, I don't know about the 1939 to 1945 bit, but that might be like a bit of a living hell.
1935.
No, but I said you said 1930 to 1945.
Yeah, I mean, you know, war's war, innit? At the end of the day, we've lived through the Northern Ireland thing and all of that lot. So...
Yeah, but that was nothing compared to living through the World War II, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it's an interesting period of time.
True.
I was asked a question.
True. I
gave my answer.
True. I'm just more curious. You'd have to be guaranteed that you wouldn't be called up for service, though. I think if it was me,
I'd serve.
I'd be like, no, thank you. I think for me, it would either be now or sometime in the future, because if you choose any time in the past, you're going to have no healthcare and no dentists and bad teeth and everything hurts and you'll be in constant pain and discomfort and ill all the time.
And how's that any different to how I am at the moment?
Well, imagine like you are now, but with no healthcare whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't
something about that era that I find appealing.
Oh yeah, no, I can understand exactly why. It's the hats, man.
Oh yeah, you've got to have hats.
Yeah, it's the hats.
That's all it is.
I would agree with you, but I'd have to guarantee that I wouldn't get ill or need hospital treatment.
You would agree with me, as long as there aren't bullets, bombs, Germans, and the words war in them.
Yeah, as long as I didn't have to A, die in the war, or B, get ill at any point and require medical treatment, because they may as well have been just like trying to heal you with stones.
Yeah.
And also, you know, yeah. I like the creature comforts of modern life too much to consider living at any point before now. So, yeah. More questions. I like having all these good questions. More questions from the people in chat.
There's been some good ones today.
Yeah, ask us all the questions in the world. Doesn't have to be, and it can be about anything. I like science questions. I don't necessarily know everything about science, but I do like science questions. I'll make up some shit if I can't think of the right answer.
Nigel's modelling bench says, thanks for the info, Fox. He's going to go to bed a wiser man tonight.
Well, I don't know about being wiser from information I provided, but I'll take that.
Factoids.
I'll take it.
Muse says she would live during Prohibition. She'd be running illegal booze. Yes, the big old speak is Muse. Yeah. Good girl. I like Muse.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a set of nads, mate, to be proud of. You know what I mean? It's like, I'd be a bootlegger. Good girl.
Puts us to shame, does Muse?
Yeah.
In terms of the old,
like Bonnie Parker, mate, with a sawn-off shotgun. Get your beer here. Get your beer here. 3 bottles for $1.
Shut up, sit down, drink your beer.
Yeah. Shut up, you tarts, and drink my beer.
Cops breaking through the door. It's a raid. You want a beer?
Yeah.
Oi.
Turn it in, love. I'm trying to run a pub.
Oi, shut up. Sit down.
Yeah. Do as you are told.
Yeah.
She says, I'd have one in the basement. Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly nip out for a sec, mate.
Vesta's going to go and do some pooping, so I shall have a look at the chat in a second.
I'm actually going to make myself a brew, mate.
I prefer to think that you're just going to the toilet and you're just trying to hide it. We need to know if it's a double or triple flusher, so do keep track. Being all polite because he's going for a great big poo. Let me put myself on full screen. Somehow. How do I do? There we go. He's left. Oh no, he's not left. Where are we up to in chat? But you'd never catch me wearing a dress, says Muse. Yeah, me neither. And there go the local roast weasels with the fireworks. Of course. We guaranteed week of fireworks now because it's bonfire night yesterday. I don't know. Trying to think of something to talk about now. What are your current binge watches at the moment? What are you all watching right now? As we know, Colin's just got off the back of watching the NCIS nonsense, which is just nonsense. He still seems determined not to actually watch the 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine he's got available to him that I keep egging him to watch. He keeps accidentally not watching that. At the moment, I am... what am I watching at the minute? I've kind of run out of stuff to watch. One of my usual websites where I would watch things, how can I put this carefully, no longer seems to exist because of the law reasons. So, yeah. What am I current binging? At the moment, I'm binging Giant Bomb playing through Persona 4. Stop telling me that, god damn it. The Persona 4, sorry, it's my iPad keeps telling me to log in, but it's because I've not got a password set. I'm watching their endurance run of Persona 4, which was... They did it over a few months. It was quite good fun. It's quite jolly good fun, that. What else was I watching? I did watch all 5 episodes of the new series from Professor Brian Cox. Universe, it's called. It's not great. I've got to tell you, I love Brian Cox. I love Professor Brian Cox to bits. I love his early series, but He's kind of now completely living up to the meme of himself, where it's just him on a Bavarian mountain somewhere, or on some, sand dune in the desert, talking about something. And he's taken that to extreme now. It's like 20 minutes of content spread over an hour, and the music is awful. Not only is the music awful, it's massively annoying loud. So yeah, I didn't enjoy that series, Universe. It was so dumbed down, and the music was so in your face. It's like, really? No. It's horrible. It's horrible. Didn't enjoy it at all. If he'd done like mellowed, chill out music type stuff for that series, it would have been much more watchable. Like The Planets. The Planets was a good series that he did. The music was good. It chilled you out and put you in the zone to learn. But this music was so loud and in your face, it was just really distracting. So yeah, don't do that again, Brian. Chill the music down, mate. Not every scene is, requires a screaming choir and blaring horn section. Not everything is triumphant. Just chill it out. You can't really combine chilled out narration with blaring, fantastical, triumphant music. It just really doesn't work. I mean, look at Carl Sagan's Cosmos. He had like 4 different pieces of music in that entire series that they used over and over again. And you know what? It was perfect. I mean, 3 of them were Vangelis, which makes it a winner anyway. But, yeah. They had very little music in that series, but what little they had, they used all the time, and it was perfect because it didn't get in the way. So I've been watching. What have I else been watching? That's it at the minute. I've run out of things to watch. I'm still going through Rumpole of the Bailey, slowly. Like of an evening when it's dinner time, I might put an episode of Rumpole of the Bailey up and have a bit of a watch. There's not many of them. There's about 40 episodes, so that won't last me long. I've done one set of twin bolters. I've only got hundreds more to go now. Let's have a look. I would love to have been born in the USA during the 1940s so I could go to Woodstock. Woodstock was in the 60s. Woodstock wasn't in the 40s. Woodstock was 60s and 70s, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure there was no hippie movement in the 1940s. There's that much to watch. I can't watch anything. That's how daft it is. That or I'm broken and my FS to give are in minus territory, or Fs to give even, says Andy McLeish. A lot of videos on YouTube to watch later list. Just started the new series of American Horror Story, says Darren Edmonds. I don't know what that is. Never catch you in a dress, says Andy McLeish. Not with those corsets. Corsets I like, by dresses no, although I would wear Victorian era dresses, but I'm more of a slacks and blouse kind of girl. Not a huge fan of most women's fashion, and I abhor shoes, says Girl Model Muse. We like you more and more every time you say stuff. Yeah, but I said born in the 1940s. Oh, okay. Born in the 1940s, so I'll be in my 20s when Woodstock was on. I get you now. Logic. There you go. Born in the 40s will make him old enough. There you go. Yes. That makes sense. I stand corrected on that matter. Yes, that makes perfect sense. I wasn't reading the words properly, was I? That's like one of those plane crashes on the border of France and Spain and everyone gets out, and all 10 passengers who are rescued are in... No, I can't have forgotten it now. You know what, I'm going to stop because I actually ruined it and I've forgotten how it works. But you know what I meant. It's like one of them little puzzles where you have to listen carefully. Otherwise you get the wrong idea. What else? I think there's a whole 2 or 3 new extra series of Wentworth as well that I've not got around to watching yet. Because last time I watched Wentworth it was about 2 or 3 years ago when I think it was on season 6. And I watched it up to the end and then it was like there was a delay then for the next season. And I think there's another couple of seasons now. But the problem is, it's been so long since I watched season 6, I've got no idea what's going on. Well, that's good stuff. If you've never watched it, that's jolly good stuff. If you like Prisoner Cell Block H back in the day. So I'm just putting a base coat of lead belcher down on these bolters. I'm doing the inside as well. You're not really able to see the inside from outside, but whoever gets this tank will be able to take these sponsons off. So although I'm not really painting the interior of the sponsons because there's no need to, I'll happily, you know, base paint the bolters, just because you can see a bit of them from outside. So may as well get a coat of paint on them, because you never know. Somebody might shine a torch in there. And I've kept the inside of the sponsons deliberately dark grey, so that if someone was to shine a light into the sponson, for example, to have a look what's in there, you know, well, they could just take it off, I suppose. They would see a dark grey interior, but they would see the painted weapon. The bolters all painted up, so may as well. A bit more profesh. But I don't need to paint the interior because there is no interior to paint, and it can just stay dark grey. So there you go. But I don't need to waste too much time on the interior. But this is just a base coat of lead belcher. And from there, I've got the paint all the way over there. I don't even know why. Once the lead belcher's on, I can get a good bit of Nuln Oil on there to darken them down. Get the casing all painted up. Because the thing with bolters is there's not a lot to paint on bolters. They're just basically bare metal with a coloured casing. Or in this case, I might do a black casing, which I can do with extra Nuln Oil. They're not hard to paint. They don't need a lot of time and effort spent on them. I shall have a look at chat again in a second. Oh, Colin's not back yet, is he? No, not yet. He's making a... I know what he's making. He's not making a brew at all. He's going to come back with another flipping Rustler's burger, isn't he? The cheap tart. And he's going to rub my nose in it like a puppy that's just crapped on the carpet. I can see it coming. And then I'll hate him. I'll hate him. It'll be sadness. Oh, I'll be like, oh, you tart. That's another one done. Let's have a look at the chat. What is this t-shirt, Malaka, that you are using? This is an old t-shirt purely because when I'm painting and I'm doing things like this, it's rubbing paint off. Acrylics aren't the most durable of paints, so every time I'm doing stuff like this and I'm rubbing it on the cutting mat, it's rubbing paint off, so this just softens it, so I'm less likely to be scraping paint off corners and things. It's not perfect, but it's just a good way of protecting the paint. It doesn't really matter, but because often if you're doing weathering and stuff, it means you end up with just more weathering. You get actual paint chips. But yeah, it's just a way of making it look nice and neat. La, 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 la. If I was a hippie in the 1940s, I would have been oddball, lol, says Muse. Says Chaos. Excuse me. Muse says, I need to watch the rest of the first season of Wentworth. There's like 8 seasons now. Much better. A bigger screen, says Muse. Yes. Oh, you're back. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, matron.
How are we?
I know what you're going to put on the bench. I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do. I bet you do.
No, I'm not having the other rustlers until I watch me sport later on, mate.
Sport?
Sport.
Is that a non-specific sport? Is that like sports ball?
GP, mate.
Ah. Yes, I was saying to the guys, I bet he comes back with that other bloody Rustler's burger, the cheap tart.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to you,
You
Foxx.
would.
I've got too much respect for you as a friend.
You can't even finish the sentence, can you, without cracking up?
No, I can't.
No.
I thought about it, but then I thought I'm going to sit there later, and yeah.
But the thing is, you're going to sit there later with no Rustler's burger, but you've got a cupboard full of pot noodles.
Do you know, that's a bloody good shout.
Do you know what I mean?
Can't have another one. I can't have another one. Not so soon after that one. That's just.
What's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. No, I can't have another one just yet. I'll have it later.
Does not pass. Error.
No, I'm shoddy.
I've never known any human being think of reasons why they can't have a Rustler's burger at some point in time. That makes literally no sense whatsoever. Yeah. So you didn't go
I've
for
already had one.
You didn't do enormous pooping then?
I did in the end because.
Yay! Pooping occurred. You heard it here first, folks.
Barney Rubble's cart.
Yep. Ew.
Yeah. There you go. A bit of dudage.
We shall return to the story of our murders in the foggy town of Inaba later, but first, over to Festa for the pooping news.
You're the one who raised it.
And you?
That sounded wrong.
Yeah. Think of the context.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, yeah.
Context is an important thing to consider at all times.
We are not safe to be left alone for 5 minutes, us two.
No.
Just as well Muse comes in and keeps us in check, really, isn't it?
Well, she likes to think, but not really. I'm in trouble now.
She knows, mate.
I'm in trouble now.
She knows.
I just said that out. Did I just say that out loud with my outdoor voice?
You did. If anyone would grasp me up to my missus, I'm sure it would be Muse.
Yeah.
Muse or Lynn.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because Lynn used to give me that look of Lynness of, I'm not disappointed in you, I am disappointed for you.
With you or for, yes. Oh, ma'am, hang on a second. La 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 la.
And he's back.
Cashier number 4, please. God
Yeah,
damn it.
I learned now not to carry on chatting when that happens because,
Yeah.
But yeah, Lynn gives me that look of I am disappointed for you. And it's like soul destroying, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel sorry for you. Why? Because I know what happens when I tell your missus what you just did. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but you've got ammo anyway, and that's the killer. You've got brilliant ammo on me.
Yeah, I have the evidence of things.
You set me up so well for that. Oh, this would be a good idea. And there's me like, yeah, I'll do that, mate, without giving it a thought. It's only after I sent it to you.
Hello, Mama Foxx.
Hello, Mum. It's like, hey, I've just given him ammo now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit like me saying, hey, commit this crime and film when you do it. Okay.
Yeah.
A bit later on, wait a minute. What? I've just,
Yeah, it's like, yeah. But you was proud of me, weren't you?
I was. You were very brave. And or stupid, one of the two. Either or, basically.
I didn't wipe down any of the buttons afterwards either. I thought, yeah, if she fingerprints that, she'll know.
DNA's not real. It's all a conspiracy anyway. Yeah. It's all fake.
You know, I would have just turned around and said, my eldest lad grabbed my hand and placed it on there and then said that I had touched your tumble dryer. Would I do such a thing?
Yeah, and your missus would be like, give it up.
Yeah, she would, straight away. She'd like, yeah, quit whilst you're behind, fat boy. Okay, love.
Yeah. You think for a minute your eldest lad wouldn't grass you the hell up?
Of course he would.
Of course he would.
He'd throw me straight under the bus, mate.
Exactly. Chaos says, I think it's more likely him to tell H himself as he's scared of keeping anything from her. That is actually incredibly true, I reckon.
I've actually done that.
Yeah. You do something and then you're just so scared that you just tell her anyway.
Yeah, the guilt overrun me straight away. And it's like, yeah.
I did something, sorry. What have you done?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I may have broke this. Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just imagine really? Like you with H is like when any of us walk down the street and walk past a policeman, we feel instantly guilty and have to confess to all kinds of shit we haven't done.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely. Don't tell him your name, Pike. You know. It is. She's a good girl.
It'd be like, what have you done? I didn't press that button over. Oh.
But see, she'll get in tonight and she'll go, right, what have you been up to? I'll go, nothing. And then he'll come downstairs and she'll go, where's he been?
Yeah, what's he been doing?
Has he been in the kitchen longer than it takes to make a cup of tea?
It's like, what have you done today? I haven't been near the washing machine. Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny because when she went to Silverstone with her sister for the 3 days, she went, please don't touch any of my kitchen appliances whilst I'm gone. So, of course I won't, dear. Of course I won't.
She does know that
I do that.
She does know that in order to open your mouth you have to cross your fingers, doesn't she? It's a biological requirement of your musculature.
Oh, mate, it is muscle memory now, mate. I just instinctively do it.
It's actually impossible for you to open your jaws apart without crossing your fingers. Because it's all the same muscle group.
And it's the fact she looks at me and goes, don't think that about me. What?
I heard that. What?
Yeah. And then I'll sarcastically go, what's that? And she says back exactly what I was thinking. And I know straight away, I'm like, damn, I've got my guilty face on.
Yeah. And what's your guilty face? It's the one between your ears.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. She's brilliant. I have to say that out of fear.
See, you could boil all that down to the simple phrase of, I'm a bloke. Because then it basically means you can't hide anything. You're always guilty of whatever it is. It's always your fault, and you're never going to get out of it. Just don't even bother.
Oh, yeah.
But you'll always try because we're blokes. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got A-level guilt, mate.
Yeah.
But, you know.
You're virtually an honorary Catholic. I mean, you know. So guilty.
It's taken me years to earn that.
Yeah.
A lot of hard work's gone into being as guilty as I am, mate.
Yep. But it's in our DNA, basically.
Yeah. What do we got? Mew says, geez, getting messages that gifts are coming and I haven't reshared my gift link yet. Oh, the pain, Muse, eh? All those people sending you gifts.
Oh. It's just first world problems, isn't it?
Oh, this cracks me up. They're all sending me stuff, yet I haven't posted me link. Brilliant.
I don't know. It's very nearly that time of year, you know, that important time of year when you need to start thinking about gifts.
Yeah, well, someone has a birthday coming up as well as Muse, don't they?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. The important time of the year when people have to start thinking about what they're going to send me, because it's the most important time of the year.
Yeah, but someone is going to be 50 this year, aren't they?
This year's birthday, I'll be 49 and a half and a bit and a quarter.
Oh, you're going to be 49 again, are you?
49.993333 recurring, yeah. It's logarithmic. It's logarithmic, my aging.
Oh, poor Foxx.
I don't mind at all. This year I've already had so many aches and pains and bits broken that it's like I've already done all that, so it's not going to change on the 50th birthday.
Oh, it will, believe you me.
I've already had the knackered elbow and the knackered knee and the poorly brain and the lungs so I've gone through all that already. So
yeah, you'll go to bed, you'll wake up the following day and you're like, what the hell's happened? Yeah, it gets worse, mate.
Why can I feel the carpet that high up? Oh.
Yeah.
Let's just keep that one clean, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me at all, to be honest. In reality, I'm not really. It doesn't bother me at all.
You'll develop a huge wariness for kittens.
Kittens, you say?
Yeah, kittens. Yeah.
I do not have a kitten or animal of any kind.
Yeah. As per your previous comment,
I see. Yes, I see what you mean.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, you'll be constantly looking out just to make sure.
I'm not allowed a pet.
No, last pet I had was my bulldog, and I vowed once he went I wouldn't get another dog. So yeah.
I'm not even allowed to have a worm. I'm like, can we get a dog? No. Can we get a cat? No. Can I have a worm? No.
It's just so expensive now. I mean, you know, people pay $3 or $4 grand for a Labrador now. It's mad.
The thing with me is, like I was saying before about me being a terrible father because I'm far too selfish about my free time. Is that it's the same reason that I love dogs and I would love a dog, but I will never get a dog because, again, I'm far too lazy and self-motivated and mercenary. So, yeah, it's a shame. I would love a dog, but I'll probably if I ever got a pet, it'd be a cat because it's a lot less hassle, a lot less effort.
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, every now and then I miss having a dog, and then every now and then I don't miss having a dog. You know, but yeah, it's I suppose what you're used to, isn't it?
You can miss having a dog, but then it's like, oh, look, it's got into my workbench and destroyed everything.
Yeah.
Or, oh, look, now I've got to go and take the dog out, even though, I've got painting to do. And easy, Terry. Steady, Neris.
Oh, matron. Where is it? There it is.
Shaken or stirred, sir? Yes.
Shaken. Nigel says, when I turned 50, I felt so old. Yeah, age is something that's never really bothered me, to be honest with you. I just take it as, well, it's another year, isn't it?
I think I'll always in my head be like 7.
Yeah.
Really. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel 54, you know, because in my mindset, I'm still that mid-20s person that went around and did his thing, you know, and it's only when you physically try to do shit now that your carcass turns around and says, oh, you think so, do you?
Oh, that. I mean, I'll be honest. The one way to not feel 50 is to be sat here making plastic soldiers at the age of 50.
Yeah.
Is to be doing stuff that you were doing when you were like 12.
Yeah, you know, and Helen's always saying, how old are you? I got 12 and a half, dear.
Yeah.
Why do I have to get the one, she says, that just don't want to grow up? I go, what? What have I done now?
What you need to do is next time you're walking along and a train goes past, just shout, quick, Germans, duck down.
It's when she goes to go anywhere. It's like 1 adult, 3 children, and I just smirk. It's like,
yeah. When we were kids, we used to play on the field near the back of our houses, and God, I've just realised I can legitimately say I remember when this was all fields. Oh dear. And there's a railway at the back, and every time the train went past, because we were playing like war and stuff, we pretended it was full of German soldiers and troop train, and we'd duck down into the grass, and then we'd be shooting at it and stuff. So even today, when I'm with my mates, we're like, train goes past, get down, Germans. People are like, what?
Yeah.
I am actually really rather hungry.
Well, now's not the time to mention Rustler's Burgers, is it, mate?
God damn it, you cheap tart with your...
Told you, mate, I am a cheap tart, mate.
High heels and your cheap tights and your...
Yeah, Croydon facelift.
Trout pout nonsense.
Got me spray tan on.
I don't understand people that do that stupid pouty look when they take a photograph of themselves. Can somebody explain that to me? What that's the point of that, apart from looking like a complete tit mongler?
Oh, what, the duck face?
Yeah, trout pout, duck face. What you want to? They look at a camera and go, and it's like,
yeah.
Why are you pulling a stupid face?
Yeah, looks like they're stifling a big fart, doesn't it?
And do you know what makes me laugh the most? Is when some brain dead chud muppet takes a photograph of themselves. But they're so stupid that the photograph comes out with them looking off to the side because they're looking at the screen, not the lens of the camera. Yeah. And yet they still post that picture up because they're so stupid they don't actually look at the picture they've just taken, they just post it.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
Yeah. The ones that make me laugh are when you see sport on the TV and the camera pans around and they see themselves on the big monitor and they all end up pointing the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
Yay!
I watched a video the other day and it was somebody doing like a, you know, an update video or whatever it was, and they were talking away to the audience saying and stuff, and it's like they were looking off to the side of the screen, and I'm like, they were clearly looking at the monitor where the camera feed was. Yeah. To see, so all, you know, the screen so they could see themselves. And it's like, don't look at yourself. Look at the for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's not hard. Look at the lens where the camera bit is. Oh.
Yeah, do what we all do on e-models. Move the webcam on a boom right to the middle of your screen.
Yeah, it's like nobody wants to. It's like, imagine having a conversation with someone, but they're constantly looking over your shoulder. That's how annoying it was. It was like, you're not looking at me. You're talking to somebody behind the camera, which is, why do you need to see your own face? No. Yeah. But it's like, I don't understand, because they've filmed that and then they've posted it up. Did they not look back at it and think, why am I looking over to the side? That's really dumb. This is the thing I don't get, you see.
A lot of people don't think, though, do they?
It's like, you know, I understand maybe not understanding how to film it and then you film yourself looking off to the side, but surely you're going to watch it back to check for quality and see and look at it and think, oh, damn, I'm looking off to the side. That's really stupid. I'll refilm it. I don't know.
Yeah, but don't forget, you are having this conversation in the company of the person who never used to watch any of these videos back before I uploaded them.
Yeah, I still don't understand you anyway, but...
It's only when we was chatting and you said, oh, well, I've got to ask, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I don't know, I don't watch them. You went, really? And I went, no. So I don't like watching myself.
No, but then...
now it explains it.
And I was like, what, do you not even do editing? Because surely you're going to spot that when you edit it.
No, I just upload it. And then it was, and it's only when someone else explains it, or explains it, but goes through it, and you're like, actually, yeah, he's got a bloody point there. Because you don't, do you? It's all new to us.
No, I do remember my explanation starting with, oh.
Yeah, really? And I went, what?
Don't watch it back. Oh. Like, yeah, don't just turn the camera on and upload it. That's not how this works. No, but it's like...
Well, I never used to do intros or anything, was it? It was just raw material.
Well, the one I was watching had an intro, and it were titles, and it was like... So you've edited the video, you've put... There's a few cuts in it, you've put titles on it, you've put an intro on it, and yet you've quite happily sat there and watched yourself looking off to the side while you talk to people. Do you not have any standards at all? Please, just stop.
But it is one of those, isn't it? You know, you don't learn YouTube filming like that, do you? You know, it's only when you come across others that have been doing it longer than you, and they'll go, "Oh, this might help you out, or that might help you out," and that's how I picked it up.
Well, I'd say that's valid for like technical stuff, like, you know, how to do the. But for it, you don't have to know anything about technical stuff to watch back a video of yourself looking off to the side and think, that looks a bit dumb.
Yeah, but this gets back to your portrait and landscape on phones, doesn't it? I knew that would get you back.
If I was in charge of the BBC,
really love that.
If I was in charge of the BBC News Department, I would say, right, we will not accept witness video from anything if it comes in portrait mode. Why is it whenever somebody films something, like breaking news, here's this natural disaster or whatever, here's the most amazing thing you'll ever see, and some chud's filmed it in portrait mode, and it's like, oh!
He's off. He's off.
Oh, portrait mode. Oh.
Always gets you, that one, doesn't it, mate?
We have some footage from the disaster here, filmed by a complete mouth-breathing chud, but we'll show it anyway. I'd be like, if I was the newsreader, I'd be like, yeah, we've got some chud footage.
See, I wouldn't be cruel and say upload as many portrait videos to the boom hut for Fox's attention as possible, because that would really drive him nuts.
I have the power of delete.
I know.
Delete.
Oh, it does make you giggle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do see it a lot though, don't you?
The thing is, I do have a deep abiding hatred of vloggers and those kind of mindless, vapid types who do that thing where they do peace to the camera, but they're holding the phone that they're talking to, and they're looking at the screen because they're looking at themselves because they're so self-obsessed. And that's when they're looking at the screen and they just look like a tit. I hate that. It's like, hey gang, let's talk about this thing I've just bought from this shop, and it's like you're talking to the screen of yourself. You're looking at yourself, aren't you, dear? You're so self-absorbed, you're looking at yourself while you're talking. Oh!
Yeah, you do realise all the viewer can see is your left ear.
Yeah. Bleh. I hate vloggers. And YouTube keeps... You know, like YouTube has its recommendations and feed and stuff. And it's usually tangentially related to whatever you've been watching. But every now and then I'll get some pointless vlogger bullshit. And it's like, why have you recommended this? This is never anything that I watch, and it instantly gets, don't show me this again. Because it's got some.
Why am I getting a video of some rapper? I'm like, I don't listen to rap music. Why am I getting this?
Oh, it's always, for me, it's always like some like dozy looking person, male or female, you know, and it's either a reaction video, which is just the lowest of brow.
Yeah.
The moment it has reaction video in the title, it gets just blocked. Or it has, you know, a photograph of the person overlaid onto the thumbnail with a stupid expression on the face, like a shock expression, which tells me it's a reaction video getting blocked.
Yeah.
Or it's just, you know, it's just obviously you see a picture of a couple and they've got the shocked emotion on the face, and it's like, oh, first baby scans. And I'm like, oh, why the hell are you... I don't... Oh!
Yeah.
Vlogger real life nonsense, don't care. Shut up. Go away.
Model Maker Dave's Workshop says, warning, Foxx is having a wibble. Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't be...
This is a good subject to get him on, Dave, if ever you need future reference material, mate. Because
I've got to have an old man rant at least once a week, haven't I?
Oh, yeah, you get licensed soon, mate. People will go, yeah, but he's a man of a certain age. You'll get away with it, mate.
I know, that's the best bit.
Darren Edmonds says, very strange that people on here are a lot older than I imagined. I am 50, but I do like my toys and models. Does anyone think model making is a hobby for people of a certain era? No. I know lots of youngsters that are into it. My boys are into it, you know, and you know, my nephew's into it. But it's one of those. I think it's the type of models we build are very genre related, aren't they?
I think you'll find, especially in Britain, a lot of modelers in Britain you might have a lot of older modelers in Britain. Not that a lot of modelers are older, but you'll have a lot of our generation builders, purely because in the 70s and 80s there wasn't really a lot to do.
No,
and that was the heyday for like model kits and stuff in Britain in the 70s and 80s, with your Airfixes and stuff and your Matchbox kits. So it's a overflow from that. The thing we did when we were kids, because there wasn't a lot else to do, and we're all getting back into it now we're older and we've got free time on our hands.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the subject matter depends on your age as well, doesn't it? I mean, a lot of us will build particular types of model kits, whereas I think a lot of the younger generation go for like the Bandai, the D&D stuff, the Forge World, the Warhammer, that type of thing, and Gundam, isn't it, is a generational type thing, whereas people of sort of my vintage are sort of, we do a lot of plastic models. It's only in the last year that I've been doing some Warhammer stuff because someone was saying, have a go at one, you'll enjoy it.
Who was that? Who did that? They're clearly a true friend, whoever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly somebody with taste and wit and sagacity.
But it's one of them, innit? It's whatever takes your fancy.
Yeah.
I don't know, you know, model building is it a generational thing? Because a lot of kids now and young people want instant gratification, don't they? You know, it's a very, you know, and you say to them, well, you've got to leave that to dry for a few days or 24 hours, or you've done a couple of coats of paint. All right, you need to let that go off. Try explaining that to a kid of sort of under 12. They want it built, don't they? They want it built so they can go and play with it. So your snap kits seem to have come in a lot more, don't they, for that age group, and pre-painted plastics and things. So
I think model. I mean, I have no data to back this up. I'm just pulling these numbers out of my arse, but I would hazard a guess that model making is probably more popular amongst the 30 to plus age range.
yes.
Maybe mid-20s to
35 upwards.
Yeah, I think there is a younger building audience, but I don't think they're the majority. I think most of it is people who, like us, who grew up when model making was one of the few things you could do. But the younger market now, I think, is more. I think it's there. I just don't think it's the dominant market.
Well, I think a lot of us as well are of that age now where we stopped modelling to have our children and raise our families, and now that they've all grown up, we've kind of got hobby time, haven't we? So we've gone back to what we did when we was a youngster, and I think that's why a lot of us get back into it. I mean, I've only been back into it 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, I think
not a long time.
I think where we do get the younger generation building, I think a lot of that comes from licensing.
Yes,
like I think things like Star Wars and all the sort of licensed kits that you find. That's one way that younger builders get into the hobby.
One thing though, what I'm really glad that I had that 20-year break from the hobby, because I know they say you can't teach old dogs new tricks and everyone knocks the younger generation, but just because I'm 54, it doesn't mean to say my way of doing and building and painting is the right way. What I've noticed coming back into the hobby is there is that younger generation that have developed their own techniques, and you can take some of their techniques and apply it, because my way might be old-fashioned. They've got a newer technique or a newer way of doing anything. There are people that are, what would they know? They're only a kid, but you can still learn new techniques, and that's what I like about it. It's diverse now, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, let's not forget
YouTube helps.
Yeah, YouTube and stuff like that, and let's not forget, the internet spreads a lot of things, and I think if you, like I say, a lot of the younger builders you might find have come off on the back of licensed stuff and all that kind of stuff. It's there, and I think the hobby is more accessible now than it ever was when we were kids. But when we were kids, there wasn't a lot else to do. When you were 14 or 15, you just come off the back of playing with toys, so it kind of, you could segue into that. But aside from that, there wasn't that much to do.
No.
All the people I knew as a kid, I did drawing and I did music and I did model making. Everybody else I knew just kind of did nothing really. They just kind of hung out and played in the park, and that was it. There was nothing really creative. There weren't a lot of options to be creative in the 80s, really. So
no, it wasn't. I mean, keyboard music and things like that started coming in, didn't it? But yeah, I get where you're going on that. It was quite limited, wasn't it?
Yeah, if you wanted to be creative, there weren't really a lot of options for you.
No,
so you could draw.
Many outlets.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say most of the kids I knew, they were just hanging out in the park or playing out, or some of them would try and get to the pub underage and do drinking, and that was their thing. And a bit sad, really, but there you go. But there wasn't really a lot to do. So I was lucky that I wasn't interested in trying to get into the pub when I was 16 or anything like that. I didn't really have a lot of interest in girls or anything else like either. I was just like, I want to draw and I want to make my models and I want to do the stuff, me drawing and me painting and me music. Although music was later, but you get the idea.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it was football, motorcycle racing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the sport bit.
Yeah, I was always trackside somewhere, either Speedway or GPs or whatever.
Yeah. See, I was never into sports.
That was my thing. I wasn't a massive, I wouldn't say massive football fan. I used to go to the West Ham games that I could go to, but I didn't eat, sleep and die football. For me, it was the smell of two-stroke and the power of the motorcycle racing. I just found him for all in.
See, this is where we wait for somebody to say, I wasn't a big fan of football. I watched West Ham.
Well, yeah, at the end of the day,
somebody somewhere is going to say that.
Exactly. What would I know about football? Look at who I support. But I went, but it wasn't. Whereas some people, it's their lifeblood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas motorcycling was that for me. That was my thing. And yeah. So that's how I spent my youth. Motorcycle races, speedway, that sort of thing.
I mean, for me, like I say, getting back into it was probably a route that a lot of people, like you said earlier on, what you said, I was working with a friend at the time, working at his business, and we were both like sat there one day, and he was going through his little bit of a midlife crisis sort of thing with his he wanted to buy a sports car, but he couldn't afford it. He was in a marriage he wasn't really happy with, and he wanted to buy a sports car, but he didn't have the money. So we said, let's go and get some models, and he found e-models on the internet, and we took a road trip down, and that got me back into it. Yeah. And we fell out after that, and I hate to have to credit him for anything, but
yeah, I mean, it was H that got me back into it because I was in the halo after my neck surgery. Yeah, and been in one of them head frame things isn't pleasant, and I wasn't happy that I wasn't able to get on and do stuff, and she just bought me the Rossi figure and the Rossi bike and said, the kitchen's been extended, all my machines are out there, we got the spare utility room doing nothing. Set yourself up a bench, go in there, start building this because you're getting on my tits.
Yeah, get out from under my feet and bugger off and get on with it.
And I needed that, to be honest with you, because we're all blokes. We start moping. When we think we're a bit useless, we get the bottom lip out.
I like being useless because it means nobody needs me to do anything that I don't want to do.
Yeah, but...
I don't like being useless for something I want to do myself, but if it's something that somebody else wants me to do, I'm like, great, nobody wants me to do anything that I don't care about.
Yeah. I just dug out an old computer, stuck it in here and fired it up and did a bit of Googling about the bike just to see if I could find some pictures of Rossi in the levers and the detail. And I came across a bloke called Elgin 35. And he had filmed one. And I'm like, who on earth would want to sit and watch someone build a model kit as he sat and watched someone build a model kit?
Yeah.
And I kind of got transfixed on Tony's slightly scatty humour and presentation style, and found it quite addictive, and it got me back into the hobby. And I got in touch with Tony, and he said send him some pictures of me builds, and I got to meet you. Then I got to know you. He said, go and have a look at this bloke's work, go and do this, and and nurtured me into the community.
Nurtured, I like that word.
It's all Tony's fault. If
Pretty
you want
much
someone to blame for having to put up with me, that's the man to go and blame.
Yeah, but it's for a lot of us. We are getting to that point in life where we're looking for things to do for various reasons.
Yeah,
and we go back to the things we did when we were kids.
Absolutely.
And for a lot of people, that from that era, that would have been doing things like making models. So. Yeah. For people who don't have to worry about how kids, or they've got the free time, who are our age, for those who had their feet in this hobby in those days, they're going to come back to that because it's something that's still around they can do.
Of course they are. It's
and there's so many new branches of the hobby that they were not there before. So
I mean, the biggest thing I've noticed is the development of weathering.
Yeah.
I mean, I can remember using sort of pigments and bits of eyeshadow and dust from the garden, or, if you wanted sort of like a Mad Max roadie type dust, you'd get the Hoover bag out, wouldn't you? Or get a bit of dust and detritus
all
out.
Kinds of, you just get creative with it.
Grey dust and bits of gravel. Stuff from the garden, you cook a bit of soil on a baking tray.
Because when we were kids, weathering was a black wash and a metal dry brush, and that was it. I've got modelling books from the 80s that literally the entire weathering section is that.
Yeah, that's
You've got like one page dedicated to weathering. Do a metallic dry brush, do a black wash, done. There's your realistic World War II Jeep. No.
Cross-hatch dry brushing, wouldn't it? Go one direction and then at a 45-degree angle, brush the other way.
Yes.
And you will end up with a very thrilling...
Yes, I'm just going to finish this little set. I'll get my words out. I'm just going to finish this little coat of metallics, and then we'll have to draw this to a close because it's coming up to 6 o'clock. I just realised.
Rambling.
I know, we're having a good time, aren't we?
Absolutely. Andy McLeish's got to go. He's doing a trolley dash. It turns out people are wanting food. Good man. Scale Model Muse says it's all your fault. Correct, Muse. That is the correct answer,
God damn it.
darling.
God
it
damn
is always his fault.
It's always my fault, but I accept all forms of currency, so, it's not a bad thing.
Paul D. Tommaso says, has anyone seen or tried the new AK dry brush paints? No, I haven't seen them, mate. Yeah. Ammo dry brush paints even, he says, correcting himself.
Spilling. No, I haven't seen those. I've used the GW dry brush paints, and they're quite good.
Yeah, I've not tried them, mate.
They're just literally like more pigment, less carrier fluid. Yeah. So you literally just dip your brush in, and you don't have to do quite as much getting the paint off the brush.
Like, right.
Have you got some Necron compound? I'm pretty sure you've got Necron compound. It's like a silver metal colour.
Astrogranite debris. Necron compound.
If you've not got it, but I was going to say if you got it, that's a dry paint.
I've got Mechanicus standard grey.
Nah, don't worry.
So hold up, mate. I've just got to stand up the reach with silver.
I thought you had it because I'm sure you mentioned it once before.
That's administrator.
But I can show you Necron compound. It's literally. You can see it in the pot there.
Oh no, I haven't.
It's not going to come out. It's not a liquid. It's like eyeshadow, but really intensely, densely pigmented. So I'm assuming that the ammo ones are going to be similar, just mostly pigment.
Yeah, no, I've not got that, mate.
I'm not that big on ammo paints though, because I have a load of their acrylics, and they're nice to paint with, but you have to do it in exactly the right way, and they're not very durable. Now I'm sure their dry paints will be a bit different. You're not spraying them, but yeah. I did find them. Not very durable, which is why I stopped using them a bit. They're all right. They're not the best for brushing though. They're a bit shiny.
Yeah.
They're good. They're great for airbrushing. They are great, but
yeah. Caleb's saying to Paul there, he says, I've saw them and thought about picking some up, but he's been waiting to see some reviews on them first himself. Yeah. That's normally the best way of looking at it. Just wait till someone does a YouTube review.
Yeah.
And then have a looky-loo.
I mean, the thing with me at the minute is I literally have my earphone falling out. Hang on. The thing with me at the minute is I've literally got no space for more paints.
Yeah.
So I've got all the paints I need in various drawers, and then I've got all my ammo paints are in a tin under the bench because I don't really use them very often. So I've got no space for more paints. Right, I think we shall call it a show because I need to go and sort out dinner for me and Mama Foxx. So I think we should call it a show there. Guys, thank you very, very much for joining Colin and myself, as always, on this Warhammer Sunday day, which is always good fun.
Absolutely.
Colin, thank you for joining us, for joining me.
It's all right, mate. It's always my pleasure, mate, as you know.
Yeah, always my pleasure to have you on here. But because this is your show and my show, not my show. It's your show and my show. It's our show. But it's nice to have you back.
Absolutely, mate. It's nice to be back.
I'm going to have a swig of tea.
Good man.
Don't forget, folks. We do this all for you guys, free of charge, gratis. And you keep us guys going. So if you would like to help support these, mine and Colin's channel, to make it possible for me to keep doing this, I do this for a living, and because I can do this for a living, it means I can look after Mama Foxx. I don't have to go out to an office and work and be away from Mama Foxx for 9 hours a day. So massive thank you to all the people that make this possible for me to be here all day doing this. If you want to support the channel, please consider becoming a patron or a channel member. You can either go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The address is down there at the bottom of the screen somewhere. Or you can just click the join button underneath any of my videos or live streams, and you can become a channel member. You get various benefits, emojis and all different things, exclusive content. You also get access to the live 24/7 Zoom Hangout, which is only for members and for patrons. So again, there's links in the description below the video, so go and check all of those out. And the same for Colin. I'll let you do your pimpage.
Absolutely. There's links over on my YouTube channel, Festa67's Workshop. You can support the channel by clicking the join button. You can also choose to support me on patreon.com/Festa67's Workshop. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, Festa67's Workshop.
If you know his address, you could go around and literally buy him a coffee.
Absolutely. Everything is gratefully received because, like Foxx, this is what I do. I'm medically retired, as you know, and anything is kindly donated helps.
You've got to pay off that student loan somehow, you know, from 35, 40 years ago. He spent 35.5 grand in the student bar. He's got to pay it off somehow. That's why he don't drink anymore. He hasn't needed to for the last 25 years.
Well, I don't drink no more, mate. I let me liver dry.
Yeah, you haven't needed to. You're stoked up for the next 20 years. Yeah,
There's
but
still alcohol in my blood level.
Yeah.
But no, and it's massively, massively appreciated.
Yeah.
To each and every one of you that do support us, and obviously those of you that do join our channels can be a part of the 24/7 Hangout, where it runs as it says in the title, 24/7. You come and go as you please. There's great people in there that you can sit and have a chat with, build models with, and just shoot the breeze.
Yeah.
Happy days.
I've just noticed that because I fell out of the stream several times, I never readjusted my my camera to be not dark and gloomy.
Just can't get the staff.
Because
he had one job.
I need you to send me a list of how to get my original camera drivers back and get rid of the Windows ones.
I'll put the software on the G drive if you want. Are you on the same LGWS that I use?
Yeah, I think I've still got the software. It just switched to the Windows ones. I need you to remind me how to switch it back to the Logitech drivers.
Right. Yeah. We'll sort that out.
Yeah, just send me a little message with how to do it or something. Yeah. And because it keeps the drivers in the same settings then. Anyway.
Oh yeah, as you can see with mine, it's just like
But every time I fall out and I go back into the stream, it resets the camera settings. It's like because it's the Windows drivers and they're rubbish. Anyway, yes, I need to go and feed them on the Foxx. So, take care, everybody. Thank you again for joining Colin and myself. We will be I might not be back tomorrow on the E-Model Show, but Colin, I assume you're definitely going to be around tomorrow night, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I'll be around for tomorrow night, yeah.
Mama Foxx is in hospital tomorrow, so I don't know what I'll be doing, so I can't say 100% I'll be around for E-Models tomorrow. That's right. But that's on the E-Models channel. I will be back, of course, next Sunday. I'll be back on Friday at midnight with Colin for the Friday Frolic.
Friday Frolic.
I might... hello, something just happened. Darren Edmonds has become a channel member. Darren, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You now have access to all the links. There's a link in the description to tell you how to get to the 24/7 Hangout for members. Also, if you do : and start typing the word Foxx, then you'll see there's a few emojis there that you can use in the chat. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and welcome to the instruction page turner section.
Yes, and you will have access to the members only community tab on the YouTube, on this channel's homepage, where occasionally I'll do some member only stuff. Not very often I've done it, but I will do some member only stuff. You'll generally get a notification when I post a message, but if you go to the community tab on my YouTube homepage, that's where I can do my updates. There'll be some members only content there from time to time, so go and check that out. Thank you very much. Yes, anyway, I shall be back next on Friday with Colin for the Frolic. I might do something during the week, I don't know yet. With Partworks, I'm thinking what I might have to do, because I've got so many backing up, I might just have to get them built and not do episodes for a chunk of the Partwork episodes, but I'll see. But I might try and film some of them.
You can always do a build update, can't you?
Yeah, and just say, right, I've now built the next 20 issues, sorry about that, because I've got so many now, I can't film them all, so we'll see. But anyway... I might
pain of all these Partworks.
I know, and I might think about doing a Persona 4 live stream, but I don't know yet. I don't know if my computer can handle it. I don't know if it's worth me streaming it with just me. It'd be more fun if it was me and somebody else doing voiceover while I'm playing it, but I don't think I can do that. So I'll have a think about that. I don't know if my computer can even cope streaming it and playing it, but we'll see. Anyway, I've got to go and make some sausages and bits. Everybody take care of yourselves. Colin, thank you very much for today. I shall chat to you later, my friend.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Take care, love and hugs to mum.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until next time, where's my button? Until next time, adios amoebas. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Adios amoebas.